you are very open-minded about a lot. I think you haven't had an opportunity to experience a conservative relationship. Hold on. And if and when you do, come back and talk to me. Yeah.
What you don't realize is that you don't listen, ma'am.
I don't have to. You're not my daddy. All right, welcome, Palace. Give me 1 second on this Monday night. Listen, it still feels like Monday, even though we're on our way to Tuesday. Give me 1 quick second, baby, and we are going to get this party started.
Listen at me and listen at me clearly. If you don't want me coming for you, then just stop fucking coming for me, okay?
Listen, it is that simple, in my opinion. Yet here we are again, Miss Destiny Payton Williams, still coming for the same storyline that she did not have a few seasons ago. I'm gonna let that marinate. Oh, okay. 41 Fitz said, I miss Llama Llama. That's on Saturdays. Tonight listen, that's on Saturdays. Come back Saturday. I promise you. I got you. Like Kanye says, got him. Listen, y'all, Destiny Payton Williams. We're talking toxic, the toxicity of it all. I watched Saturday night's episode, and I watched it, and I listened, and I clocked it, and I rewound. I had to rewind, and I took it in, and I watched her serve up herself like a smorgasbord to the women that she took up issue with. And I'm going to say this, Destiny, you going out real bad. You are going out real bad, in my opinion. Now, typically, I don't really just jump right in. Let me back up. And my damn manners. How's everybody doing tonight? And I'm saying that because Destiny, y'all, listen. Typically, I don't jump right in. I kind of warm y'all up with something. But we're going to get down to business. I know it's Monday night. But sometimes I like to make it feel like it's not a Monday night. Because, girl, what are you doing? Let's do this. I want to ask y'all a question before I really get into it. The Miss Bev says, she really is. It's getting tired. Like, it's embarrassing at this point. It's embarrassing at this point to be in your 40s. Y'all remember, Destiny's in her 40s. This is not a 20-year-old woman. This is a woman in her 40s. I'm gonna let that linger. What are your expectations of a woman in her 40s? And we're not talking about a woman that we said can't feel, can't be hurt, but we're talking about your expectations of a woman in her 40s on an own network. How do you expect her to show up when it comes to navigating situations, presenting herself? Has Destiny shown up with anything different that has piqued your curiosity, that has given you a completely different view of her? If we were to take Sonny and Moses away, if Melody Cherie were not on the show, my question to production would be, what would be Destiny's storyline? What has been Destiny's storyline? What would be versus what has been? Because I'm going to tell you what I've seen from a has-been perspective. Destiny Payton Williams have never been able, in my opinion, to stand on her own 2 feet as it relates to her life. Live your life. Hey. Even when she had a man on the show. She tried to make Kimmy her storyline by checking Kimmy behind calling her husband a chicken man. So outside of any cast member, can anybody tell me, production, if we remove Sonny and Moses, to which we know she signed up for, but we're going to come back to that. If we were to remove Melody Cherie, What would be her storyline? Because I think I've missed it. And sometimes I miss things. And what has been her storyline? Because to me, she attached herself to Melody the past 3, 4, 5 years. Okay. 3, 4 years. And then Carlos felt some kind of way and got her off the show. Now, let's be clear. If we back up, there were complaints of Destiny not having a storyline before she handpicked Sonny to leave Tiffany to come work with her. There were complaints from the production team regarding Destiny being a hard personality to work with. There's nothing here. There is nothing here. We can't get her to tell us anything. There's nothing here. So what she did, okay, you see, she didn't have anything to say negative about the male producer that was producing her because the initial complaints came while she was working with the male producer. And then she saw what Tiffany had, typical Destiny, looking at what another woman has. She saw what Tiffany had and said, I want that. I want that producer that's working with Tiffany to come work with me. And then she put the blame on Sonny. You ruined my storyline. Girl, you never had one. Do you not think we are not familiar with this show? Do you not know that we recalled everything? You attempted to attach yourself to Melody the same way you've attached yourself to every other couple who've allowed you to attach yourself to them, and any woman that would allow you to attach yourself to them. Now, I watched the Sonny Minks interview the other day. Listen, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. And I'm talking about the part where Aunt Natty cursed out Marcella and they had that back and forth. Y'all, that was so hilarious to me. Now, I hate to see the lady squabble like that, but that shit was funny. It was funny. And I really think Sonny presented herself in a really good way. The things that she could confirm, she confirmed. The things that she could not confirm, she says, I don't know. I'm not aware of that. And I thought she was fair. I thought she facilitated a really great discussion, period, point blank. Now, Destiny, we're going to get into season 9, episode 1, and then I may open up the lines tonight. One thing we do know is that Destiny is a bona fide liar, and that has been confirmed by Marcel and his recent co-hosting opportunity with Carlos King. Destiny is a liar. And that's not something that I feel like you can place on Melody Cherie. Because here's the thing. People can say anything about you. Even if you feel like it grew legs because it came from Melody, I can't say that it did. But even if you feel like that, right? Let's just give it let's give her the benefit of the doubt. There's been enough time for that thing to be proven false if it were not true. Destiny, you've lied so many times. You've twisted things so many times. And it's been proven by Marcel that you are a liar in his commentary with Carlos King. Okay? Carlos King has proved that you're a liar because he confirmed. One thing we know, confirmed by Carlos, is that you pretended that you were ambushed by Sonny and Moses. You don't know why they're here. You don't know why they're showing up. When, girl, you agreed. You signed on the dotted line. Yeah, bring them on. Because production brought it to you to give them the green light, and you signed it because you needed a source of income. You wanted everything to happen. Everything that's happening, you wanted it to happen. You gave them a thumbs up. You signed a contract, and then you hop on television and say, I don't know why they're attempting to infiltrate my circle. What circle? Because you just came back. I don't know why they are here. Girl, you wanted them there so that they could give you a storyline, so that they can give you camera time, so that they can give you TV time. And as a result, in exchange for that, you would receive a paycheck. You've also been proven a liar by Arion. Because after, let's back up. When the scene aired that you said that Melody was attempting to coach Martell's mistress into how, like, as if Melody was her mentor, and that Melody coached her on how to respectfully cheat, that girl came out. The mistress came out with a lie and said, I ain't talked to her. Now, she was attempting to attack Melody, but in doing so, she validated that you're a liar. I went on the phone with her. She said it. So we know you're lying because the mistress said, I didn't talk to her like that. I sent her a text message. I sent her a DM to say, get your nigga, blah, blah, blah. So no, the mistress debunked your lie. Now, I want to challenge all of you that are tuned in. Imagine Destiny is a very dangerous, toxic woman to me. And I'm going to point out something. I feel no empathy for Destiny. Destiny feels no empathy for other women. Destiny is a clone. Destiny is a clone. Destiny ain't got no love for other women. She don't, but she knows how to play the game, which is why a lot of y'all get caught up and get got. Destiny is a pimp herself. Destiny is pimping, and pimping ain't easy. Destiny has absolutely no attachment emotionally, spiritually, mentally to any of these women. They are something to be used, including her newfound relationship with Stormy Steele. If you look at the connections that Destiny has had, past, present, or current, with any of these women, they've had to give up something in order to be in relationship with her. Okay. We know Melody paid her bills for a little bit. We know Stormy came bearing gifts a little bit. Okay. By way of that purse. We know now she's as thick as thieves and hanging on Stormy's side because of a perceived opportunity. Destiny is a opportunist, in my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think Destiny gives a damn about other women, and I'm gonna break it down. I think Destiny is male identified. I think Destiny's one of the boys, which is why she's used the phrase, I have big dick energy. Of all the nice things that she could have said about herself, including her vagina, she honed in on her dick. Excuse my language. She honed in on her penis. Okay? Now, I don't know too many. Listen, let me get off this live because I might take it too far tonight. I just may take it too far tonight. And I'm not even trying to go there. But I think a lot of you women get a lot of you women get caught up with the okie doke because it's like, to me, she did. I'll wait. Where's the lie? Did she not say, I got a big one? Who talks like that as a woman? Destiny is one of the boys, and she's told you over and over, and I'm sorry, y'all, this is hilarious to me. Of all the beautiful things that she could have said about herself as we were getting to know her, she talked about her dick. Go back and roll the tapes if you think I'm lying. NH said a weirdo. Listen, indeed it is, but it's been in front of y'all. Somebody said pimps up, hoes down. I gotta stop. I cannot keep showing up like this on a Monday night and doing this to y'all and doing this to myself. Pinky Love said pimps up, hoes down. Listen, I'm telling you, Destiny is deeply male identified. She don't give a damn about none of them women. Y'all are something to be used. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. You gonna pay to play with her. You gonna pay some bills. You gonna give me a purse. And in the words of Denzel, I'm leaving here with something. And she has left with something. The only one, in my opinion, that really peeped game from her for a minute was Kimmy. Even Melody got. As sharp as she may seem to be, even Melody got. The only one that didn't give her anything was Kimmy. Tisha allowed her to come in. Stormy allowed her to come in. Melody allowed her to come in. But hold on, I'm gonna back up because I got off about her energy and how she described herself. Destiny is a guise. is one of the boys. Destiny is the kind of woman, I don't care how much she plays that I'm hurt card. Destiny would chew most of you up and spit you out for dinner. Listen, let me go on about the lies, and then I'm gonna come back. You cannot force people. This is what I don't like about Destiny. She has very masculine energy. You gonna talk to me. You gonna look at me and talk to me. I'm going to force you to have conversations. It's typically not very ladylike. Most women, when somebody says, no, I'm done, they go, okay, cool, whatever. You cannot force folks to sit at a table with a motherless daughter or any motherless daughters who are not trying to be in a healthy place. And what I'm saying is, in the Black community, a lot of us know trauma, a lot of us know discord, a lot of us know drama from family dynamics. It's nothing to walk into any Black household or any Black neighborhood and say, okay, this kid wasn't raised by, because we got some men that are motherless daughters, okay? But let me back up. Listen, it's nothing to walk into a Black household and discover that somebody wasn't raised by their mama. That's all too common, a little bit too common for my taste, but that's okay. It's the norm. It's become the norm. But what we fail to talk about is, okay, that's cool. Not everybody was raised by their mom, and maybe your grandmother took you in, or your aunt or your uncle or whoever. But it's how you show up after that that leaves that lingering title of you being a motherless daughter. And Destiny is definitely motherless because she's very toxic. You cannot force those kind of women to sit down and have a conversation if they are not in a healthy place, because they're going to rain on your parade. Okay? They're going to cause you to drift. And those kind of people, they have nothing but time. They love drama. They love debating. They love talking. We talked about this today, y'all. Remember? Some folks ain't got nothing but time to be toxic. They ain't got shit going on productive. Destiny is one of those people. She ain't got nothing productive going on that I've seen. So she has time to figure out, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that. Yeah, go ahead, sign Sunny up, sign Moses up. And then when I'm done with them, I'm going to hit Melody. Yup. And then I'm going to go over here, and she ain't got nothing but time, and she can do this all day, every day. For a healthy person, that shit is exhausting because you got shit to do. And then when you realize you waste time with motherless daughters or other toxic people, you've actually put your productive things on the back burner. You lose when you go up against the Destiny. Because she been doing this. This is what they do. This is what these type of energetic forces do. All day, every day. And when they wear you out, they go from circle to circle to circle to circle. Let's run it down. Let's run down her roster. Name me one solid friendship that she's had on the show that has stuck. Name me one solid friendship that she's had outside the show that has stuck. Now, Belinda them then ran her ass off. And I'm going to tell you why. Belinda them got rid of her real quick. Okay? Real quick after they found out. And I'm going to tell you why. Destiny lied at the relaunch. Destiny is a liar. And you can't put that on Melody, because even if Melody said it and it wasn't true, there's been enough years to pass for us to see that it's not true if it's not true. You get what I'm saying? Girl, you lied at your relaunch. Something as simple as Melody not speaking to you. And when they replayed the tapes and said, actually, she did speak, you still tried to stand on that lie. Destiny lies about the smallest things. And I feel like when it comes to toxic friendships, Destiny ain't loyal to none of them. In this instance, if you really ask me, it's the girlfriend versus the wives. She's just showing up in a different package. She's finessing all of them. Destiny's the only girlfriend on the show. Isn't everybody else married? Nell is married to Chris. Melody was married, But I'm talking, Melody was married, okay? Um, Tisha's married to Marceau. Kimmy's married to Maurice, and Destiny wanted to do a threesome with them. Who else? Nell is who else did I you know what? I take that back. Trish is a girlfriend. Stormy's married. But if we take Trish out before Trish popped up and when Destiny came on the scene, she lasted what, 6 minutes before she and LeBerick were divorced or whatever. Destiny has a girlfriend mentality. And in my opinion, I'm going to just tell you what I feel like is going on. Destiny wants Sunny to stand down as a wife to allow her to shine as a girlfriend. You want her to stand down from her position as a wife to allow you to shine and to prioritize your 15-year spot over her spot. Holy, holy, holy matrimony. No, I need to shine. You hurt me. My feelings are more important than yours. My sexual relationship with your husband is more important than you guys falling in love. Not to be confused with. This shit it was kind of messy how everything went down with Sonny and Moses, right? Yeah. In a perfect world, nobody would pick that. But at the end of the day, they are married. And you still talking about that man? Destiny wants that lady to stand down and to negate her place as a wife, to honor her as a girlfriend. Who does that? Number one, it's not going to happen. It shouldn't happen. Sonny, from here on out, I don't know what the next couple of episodes are looking like. I don't know what the future of filming is looking like. I would not revisit this conversation with her, period, point blank. Period, point blank. She's going to have to wean herself off of that baby food and move on to solid foods. To me, she's childlike. She's childlike in her demeanor and in her mind because, girl, you need to eat the choices that you made. You chose to be with that man for 15 years. You chose to, for those of you that don't want to acknowledge, and that's where I have a problem with some women. Oh, well, Sunny shouldn't have done that to her. Well, what about what Destiny did to her husband? If we're talking about cheating, are you not holding her accountable as a woman? Destiny shouldn't have done that to her husband. See, that was happening before Sunny came along. Destiny defiled her marriage with Moses before Sunny even pulled up. But y'all ain't talking about that. Destiny had to take a paternity test because there were 3 men that could have been the possible fathers of her child. But y'all ain't talking about that. And then you expect us to uphold her chastity because another woman pulled up and Moses chose that other woman and he was single and she was single. And because she was in proximity to Destiny, she should be Mother Teresa. What about Destiny honoring her own marriage? What about Destiny respecting the other women that she was sleeping with Moses with while he was in relationship? I'm not talking about Moses today. We're talking about women holding women accountable. What about Destiny having pussy control of her own vagina? She done ran through how many men on that show? 5? Jalen, Moses. I could be wrong. Let's run them down. Lance, Jalen, Moses, allegedly Martell, LeBerick. That's 5 right there. Not counting the outside people. Wait, but y'all not talking about that. Ain't nobody said a word of how sometimes a woman can create her own crazy. Ain't nobody said, you know what? Damn. I guess she don't have pussy control. This has been right before our eyes. Destiny out here wilding out and expecting people to uphold her behavior. She been crazy. This ain't got really nothing to do with Sunny. This is just an outcome of your behavior. You make real bad choices. No wonder why you need a therapist and a life coach. You on life support. You out here real bad. And that's why you can't talk about your life. Because in addition to sleeping with 5 men on the show that we've seen on camera, you attempted You said you could have had Melody. That's one. And you offered Kimmy a threesome. So that's 2 women you tried to get. And had they let you knock them down, that would have been 7 people you would have had on the show. But y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about the craziness of all of that. We just gonna turn a blind eye because she a black woman. Yeah, they can be crazy too. They can create their crazy too. Sonny just caught a stray. Now, I'm not saying, I just said, and I ain't gonna keep saying it. Yeah, that was kind of how they got together, but she apologized to you. Most women wouldn't even apologize to you. I wouldn't have apologized to you. She apologized to you. I never wanted to come up off of your pain. But if that's what you're doing with your vagina for 15 years, don't be surprised if a man say, okay, that's cool. That was nice. I ate from this buffet. Let me move on. Let me go over here and give myself a wife. LeBerick tried to wife you up. You didn't want him. You didn't want him. Ain't missed him since he left. Don't want him. Ain't even thinking about him. But yet here you are in these other men's or trying to be in Martell's face. He had a wife. Trying to be in Moses's face. He has a wife. You try to get with Kimmy and Maurice. And then Kimmy shut that shit down. Kimmy shut that down. After you filmed with Maurice in his office asking for credit repair help, Kimmy said, hell no. If you go back and pull the tape, she never let her film with Maurice again. Because Kimmy already know what kind of time Maurice is on. And I'm going to do a whole different review of the Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 9, Episode 1. But let's keep talking about Destiny, wanting Sonny to stand down so that she can be elevated as a girlfriend. Girl, no. And cover up how she didn't manage herself as a woman. How she hold herself out to 5 men on the show as a woman. You hurt yourself. You played yourself as a woman. You put yourself in a really bad position as a woman. Why are you trying to come up off of it? You still getting a check for it. So at what point do we take you seriously? To me, you shouldn't be on the show. To me. And not because you slept, but you can do what you want. You're a grown woman, but I need you to act like one when it comes to your emotions. I don't need you to be running around begging for an apology. You ain't asking none of these niggas for an apology. You ain't asking none of these men for an apology when it don't work out. You ain't said nothing to Jalen. You ain't said nothing to LeBerick. When Martell said that your baby looked like him, you ain't said nothing to him. I'm just saying. Listen, I'll wait. You doing too much. The man that moved on. Ease on down the road now. You doing way too much. And then in that conversation in the scene, why ask the lady to talk with you if you're going to interrupt her? See, it's one thing if she would have asked you to talk. You said, can I have a second with you? That means you were open for communication, but you weren't. And in my opinion, the reason why you walked away is because you wanted Sonny to validate you, and she refused to. She couldn't. She couldn't validate you because that wasn't the truth. So you walked away because you wanted to win on camera, but you keep losing. You wanted to win on camera. You thought you was going to boss hog her. You thought you was going to embarrass her. You thought you was going to force her into confessing. But there's nothing to force. She said, I apologize to you. That's what a real woman does. I never wanted to see you hurt. We fell in love. If I had a chance to do it all over again, I would have. But at the end of the day, I was right. That is my husband. That was my husband. It was never about you. Although you're trying to make it about you. And I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that this caused you any pain. But here's my thing now. Watch this. Watch this. Destiny likes to force attachments, in my opinion. Have you ever had somebody that you met and you liked them while you were dating, but you don't like them that much? I mean, you can do with them, you can do without them. And when it's over, it's over. But they keep calling. They keep trying to force a conversation. You didn't say what you needed to say. It really ain't nothing else to say. But they trying to force something out of you, and it ain't nothing there. To me, that's what Destiny reminds me of. You hip-hopping from Melody. Girl, you and Melody ain't been friends for 3-4 years. It's done. Why are we still talking about this? That's emotional RAPE. Have y'all ever heard of an emotional grape? Yeah, there's such a thing. You are emotionally graping me. Stop. You keep trying to force me to entangle with you emotionally. To me, that's more gross than anything. You trying to force something on me that I don't feel for you. You not respecting my boundaries as a woman. You doing too much. Way too much. And here's the thing. Destiny straddles the fence in her own brain. Destiny's battle is actually against herself. She ain't done her work, even though she has a therapist, from her words, and a life coach. Even though she has a therapist and a life coach, Destiny is nasty work. Let me tell you why. Destiny brought Marceau's alleged, according to production, alleged mistress on the show because of her disdain and her hate for Melody. See, how can you hate me and love me and be sorry at the same time and say, I know there's something there between us. You just don't want to acknowledge. All the while plotting behind my fucking back to bring other women on the show to crucify me about my vagina when yours ain't maintained well. When yours ain't being maintained well. And then showing up again, because you remember at the reopening, she left the show. And then you come back again on the same bullshit. But here's the crazy part. Tisha is your friend. What you doing hanging out with a woman that's his alleged mistress? Now, this is the story that you took to production. That's what I'm saying. This woman, Destiny, will eat some of y'all alive that feel sympathy for her. Chew you up and spit you out. This is what Destiny is taking to production behind Tisha's back, all while pretending to be Tisha's friend. Watch this. Watch this. So if you know that there's a question mark behind this lady that's on the show, allegedly with Marcel, why are you skinning and grinning in Tisha's face? Big dick energy. Let's back up. And if there's hurt and you know there's something between y'all, why you skinning and grinning in Martell's face? Big question mark. Why you skinning and grinning in Arion's face? She ain't got no loyalty to no woman. She would chew y'all up and spit you the fuck out. Destiny, the type you'll be like, what the hell happened? Destiny plays a big girl game, a big nasty game. Let me tell you, let me back it up. Destiny is not a girl's girl. That's why Belinda them kicked your ass out the group. Clock this T. And I gave it to y'all a long time ago. I said Destiny is a pimp. Not literally. Destiny is a pimp, not literally. Destiny will watch your husband and bring women around that your husband is sleeping with and be over there at Thanksgiving dinner and won't tell you a word. Destiny befriended Belinda them. Okay. Belinda was sleeping with Martell. There's another girl that Destiny knew that was sleeping with Martell. So it's Belinda. Martell was sleeping with 3 women at the same time. The third one was allegedly Destiny. Watch this. Watch this. I covered it if you dig deeper. But the girl inboxed me and asked me to take it down. And Destiny was very well aware of this. Now, if you're supposed to be my home girl, if you're supposed to be Belinda's home girl, how come you didn't pull a coattail and say, hold up, I'm not going to let this happen? This girl right here, she fucking on Martell. Only reason why I'm not going to say her name because the girl inboxed me and said, can you please, da-da-da-da-da, I got this and this and this going on. Destiny was right there, calling the plays, calling the shots, like a pimp. Like a pimp. Facts. Never told Belinda nothing, right? Because if your loyalty is not to the other girl, at least, hey, Belinda, come here. I'm not going to let this happen. You know why? She don't give a fuck about women. She's not a girl's girl. She knew it all was happening. And she runs the play for the men. She runs the play for the men. Okay? And you wonder why. You expect us to believe out of your mouth that Martell has slept with every woman except you. That's what you said. Pull the tapes. When you interviewed with Carlos King, you said he slept with everybody except me. So you know I ain't lying. You know I'm not lying. When I said he was sleeping with Belinda, her friend, Belinda didn't know. But as soon as I dropped that tape, Belinda kicked your ass out that group. I know that much. So how can I be lying about him sleeping with Belinda's friend? You said he slept with everybody with the exception of you. So you made the cut, huh? Mother Teresa. You made the cut. You the only one. Oh, dear faithful one that he hasn't touched. Girl, bye. He may not have touched you over and over and over again, but girl, bye. Girl, bye. Do you really expect us to believe or me to believe? Girl, bye. Martell said he slept with Melnika. And when she got out of line, he ambushed her ass on camera. Yeah. We went to high school. I got you. That's why you don't talk back to Martell, in my opinion. Because he'll embarrass you. He'll embarrass you. Destiny is I don't know. Destiny is a piece of work, in my opinion. She's not something to be played with for the week. I'm not you wouldn't catch me advocating for her. I don't believe this is what I think. Destiny is very good at what she does. I don't think Destiny's hurt. I think she's embarrassed when she had that scene with Sonny. I don't think she's hurt. I think she's embarrassed. And let me tell you why. Because she was able to recover very quickly and talk her shit in that confessional. She said what she said. And she did the same thing when it came to calling Melody's mama a pimp. That's nasty work. When somebody can speak on your mama like that in their 40s, when they're 40, and then say, can we just move forward? I don't know where y'all from. You talk about my mom, there is no moving forward. Hell, you can barely move forward if you say something sideways about my dog and he cross-eyed and he got an underbite. Listen. And that's what kind of time I'm on. How do you listen? I'm trying to show y'all the toxic capacity of it all. How does a woman feel like she can call your mama a pimp and say that your mom pimping you out and then expect to be friends with you? I'll wait. Who does that? Where is that normal? Where is that normal? In her world. In her world. And when you run with the likes of a MartellHolt and you come back and repeat shit that he's spoon feeding you, you hear and see what you want to hear and see. If I want your mama to be a pimp and I don't want to see the goodness of your mama, then that's what I'm going to say. But my thing is this, Destiny, where's your mom? Where's your mother? Bring your mom on the show. Let us be the judge. You are a motherless daughter, and that's not an attack. So how do you know? Or give us a little bit more background about what gives you the right to speak on what Miss Van is or isn't doing from your perspective of having a healthy relationship with your mom. As a matter of fact, where is your mother? Why are you putting your mouth on somebody else's mother? Where's your mom? Because I've yet to see you have one healthy relationship with your mom on camera. And I've yet to see you have one healthy relationship with any woman on camera without them giving you anything. I'll wait. I think Destiny should not be on the show. I think she's going nowhere fast. Listen, and I'm saying that because when I looked at that episode, I said, oh, she's hurt. She real hurt. But not because of the reason she's saying. She don't like being embarrassed. She wanted to be elevated as a girlfriend. And if I was Lance, I would have a problem with you crying about Moses on camera. Because that's who you with right now. unless that just ended. If I was Lance, I feel some kind of way about you talking about this nigga on camera over and over and over again, and we supposed to be trying to do what we doing over here. That's all I'm saying. It's funny how the most toxic people have a lot to say about other people's family when your shit is barely hanging on by a thread. When I say the most toxic, see, it's not the fact that you've gone through something, because we've all been through something. It's the fact that you like to attack people that have overcome, people that's sitting pretty, people that's making it work with the little that they got. You see how Destiny keep her toxic mouth on other people's things? You see how she's wedged herself in between Melody's family, but she's always tried now. I told you, Destiny has been right here in your face from day one when she told Melody, I need to be a part of your village. I need to be a part of your village. I don't have a village. That means I don't have a healthy foundation. I don't have what you have. That's all she's saying. Let me in. Let me in. I want what you got. I want what you got. And guess who sent her? Martell. Just like he wanted Melody to be sister-wise with Arion. Martell is creating this. And Destiny's broken enough to live in a warped reality to think that it would be possible. Y'all don't think we got some fucked up people in the Black community? Then you got another thing coming because it's being played out right here in front of you. Production, listen, production cannot edit what you don't say. This girl has left the show and come back and she's still talking about Melody. This girl is still trying to one-up Melody. This girl has agreed for her ex-boyfriend, jump off, whatever it was, to come on the show so she can get paid and pretending she don't know why they're here. They're trying to hurt her. Girl, I'm just saying. It's right here in front of y'all. And y'all are saying, give her a break. For what? She orchestrated all of it. She's working with the puppet master behind the scenes. Her goal is to take the wives down. And the only one that didn't fall for it, in my opinion, was Kimmy. Kimmy keeps a safe enough distance as an older woman when she peeped game. Safe enough distance. And I think the only reason why Kimmy comes into close proximity is because they have to work. And number two, Kimmy understands the assignment. But other than that, all of them, the younger ones, all of them fell for it. Destiny is a force to be reckoned with if you are a somewhat of a tender woman. And if you don't know any better, she gonna chew you up, spit you out, eat you alive, just like she did to LaBeric. Destiny ain't thinking about LaBeric. Destiny wants what Sonny has, which is Moses. But here's the thing. Moses didn't choose you. He had 15 years. And he chose 3 other women over you. That's why I keep telling y'all, what the hell y'all blaming Sonny for? It's just playing out on TV. Sonny is the third, not the first. This man had 3 chances to choose her. He never made her a wife. He didn't want her like that. And what we talk, and we still, okay. I'm just putting it out there. The man has been married 3 times and he never chose her. The woman has been with 5 men on the show. 5 men on the show. The woman has cheated on her own husband. And what are we doing? Her own husband. Let's just take Sonny and Moses out. She cheated on her husband that they had to get a paternity test. Allegedly. That's not alleged. Because there was 3 possibilities. 3 different DNA possibilities. 5 men on the show. 3 men. That could have been the father. And Moses was not one of them. Okay. Okay. And we what? We blaming Sonny for what? Okay. Lala, welcome. Welcome, Queen.
Hello, Queen Sheba. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Queen, you are spitting nothing but facts tonight. My goodness.
Mm,
I'm sorry, Queen, but you nailed this ghetto ass delusional chick. Like you nailed her to the board, Queen. She's absolutely, in my opinion, she's unwell. She's mentally unwell and mentally unstable. If you go back to the clip of her apologizing to Melody on the stairs, it was not meant to be picked up, and I don't think she's aware that production was there. I don't know, because it was the way she whispered it and looked at Melody in the eye, that she gave like a puppy, I don't know how to explain it, but a puppy dog eye, like, I'm
mhm.
sorry, I love you. The way she was looking at her, Queen, it, to me, it looked like someone that was obsessed that something's been taken away from them and they're working overtime to get it back. It gave me obsession. It gave me weirdo. It gave me psycho vibes. And then to go back onto the poolside with Tisha and say, I believe in loyalty. There's something there. What is there? Because you and this woman have not communicated in nearly 2 years. So what is there? What are you holding on to? Bear in mind, you just had a dinner with her and lied on her and said that she was allowing, cheating in peace, whatever, allowing her husband to cheat and teaching the side chick how to stay in her lane and all this stuff. And then you come back and switch it up and say, I'm sorry. But then you're on your confessional saying, well, it's my assumption. Assumption and truth is two different things, but you're still basing it on that. And when you say what, she doesn't even say what is the reason, what do you want from Melody? You could not answer for the fact that you sat there with the side chick that not only ruined her marriage, that has been harassing her for years, kikiing with her, took pictures with her children, which is the ultimate disrespect, put it on social media, and you have the nerve to sit in front of her and come up with lies and then go back and try to advocate for your lies. Queen, I think she is sick. She's unstable and she needs help as soon as possible. She shouldn't be on this show. And one more thing, Queen, you said Kimmy is the only one that clocked her. Kimmy will clock the same, but Kimmy and Destiny are the same person. They're going to clock each other. They both have the same traits, and I've seen that for a long time. They both clock each other. That's why Kimmy keeps at a distance, and she's trying to protect her marriage, and she knows her husband's got a wandering eye,
Yes.
allegedly, and in my opinion, so she's protecting her marriage. But the rest, I can't say much. I wouldn't be surprised she hit it with half of those men on that cast. I would not. Nothing surprises me about her. Nothing.
You see, one time Destiny, I don't know if y'all remember this. Destiny tends to show up in places where the women are not. I'll pause. There was a scene with Chris, Martell, and Destiny. They were somewhere, and Destiny was talking about Melody. Destiny shows up in the places that the women are not. Most women say, well, who all gonna be there? Ain't no other girls gonna be there? Where she volunteers to go. And this is beyond TV. Most people volunteer to go where they're most comfortable, which is why we say who all gonna be there. And when she learned, oh, it's just the niggas. Okay, okay, cool. I'm going. When have you seen Destiny? She didn't even show up with the girls on a girls trip at the same time. Y'all ain't really just see her play in a feminine space because it goes right over y'all's head. Because most of us look at it and then here she said it goes, she start paying attention of how she plays or does not and cannot play with the other women. When it comes down to the women on the van or the women in this space, the women in that space, she's gonna come late, leave early, whatever it is. But she ain't just trying to get up in there like that and be a girl for the day. Do you get what I'm saying, Lala? Go back and start
No,
watching.
I get it, Queen. I saw it a long time ago, and I clocked it as well on the Vegas trip with Marceau. Asked Martell, "When's the last time you spoke to Destiny?" He goes, I speak to her every day.
Mhm.
And they had a little laugh about it. There was something about that laugh and that conversation meant more than actually what it was to the eye, if you know what I mean, Queen.
Yeah.
So I already clocked her. She is about for the men, like she is, and that big D energy is because she, to me, identifies herself more as a man than as a woman, because she's not a girl's girl, and maybe it's because of the reason why that motherless comment hit her so hard, is she actually realized, yo, I ain't a girl's girl. And maybe not having a mother in my life that's, allegedly addicted to substance abuse led me to this way and led me to this path. I don't know. But that comment really hurt her to no level. But you can tell she's with the men. She stands with the men. Just the way she acts with the women, it doesn't give the energy of I'm around my girls. It doesn't give that. She's always got a
No.
stank face.
Watch this. Many years ago, I don't know if y'all remember this story. There was a story. It was so funny. It was like, I don't know how long ago, this dog, there was a little dog that was in a nursing home and he could predict who was going to die. It was like a story many years ago. And they started, when somebody was going to pass away, the dog would start sitting by their door weeks before they would pass. And so what they came to find in the nursing home is, oh my God, this person, when a dog would go, a couple of weeks later, the person would pass away. I don't know if the dog could sniff it or smell it. And I remember jokingly said, shit, if that was me, I'd be like, get the hell out of here, dog. Listen, you got to get there. I don't want no damn dog by my door. And this is what comes to mind with Destiny with Stormy. You going to have to get the hell out of here. We can't be friends, girl, because everywhere you go, a nigga is cheating on a woman. Now you over here with me and my husband, and we ain't never had no problem. You bring a kind of big dick kind of energy to a situation. You done hung out with Melody. Martell was cheating. You done hung out allegedly with Marceau's mistress. You was trying to get Maurice and Kimmy to do a threesome with you. You see what I'm saying? And now you over here with me, and me and Courtney ain't had up. No, dog, don't come sit by my door, dog. Get the hell up out of here, dog. You see what I'm saying? Because everywhere you go, there's trouble between a man and a woman. You was over there with Belinda, and you knew old girl was running a play on Martell behind Belinda's back. And you could have pulled Belinda's coattail as a woman and as a friend, and you didn't say shit, and you was help orchestrating it all. You was right there like you was a pimp and a madam, allegedly. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Sunny Minx? Sunny Minx is in the chat, y'all. She's in the chat. She dropped in. Thank you for coming in and pulling up with the palace tonight. Sunny, on Monday nights, we have what we call a party in the chat. It can get a little rowdy out there every now and then, but they mean nothing but love. They mean nothing but love. But we talking about Destiny. But what are your thoughts about that, La? If a chick that has a questionable history, who's been very loose, while she focusing on where the bodies are, we didn't name 5 alleged men that she didn't knock down on the show that have been cast members, including her ex-husband. What are your thoughts about befriending somebody like that?
She would never be my friend, Queen. I'm
Oh,
sorry. She would never be my friend. What are you my friend for what? So you can come and ruin my life after you've been ruining other people? When you're unhappy, Queen, unhappy people can't be around happy people. It's yin and yang. It doesn't go. So if you're unhappy with your life, you're not going to come and disrupt mine. I'm sorry, you're just not. And I wouldn't stand for it. But when you have a common enemy, you will stand together, and that's what people do. Strong people will always gather the people that they have same issues with, and they will go after it the same way. That's why her and Son, they ain't really friends like that. They ain't friends that hang out, chill, do things with each other. In my opinion, I haven't seen that side. However, they do link up because they have a common enemy, which is Melody. That's why they link up, in my opinion.
Now, Sonny did say sometimes when you're not invited, it's because you don't do coke. I saw that post, Sonny, about a month or 2 ago. Allegedly. Sometimes when you're not invited, it's because you don't do coke. Listen, I'm just leave that one right there. Listen. No, but I think Destiny has created her own crazy. I see right past her. She's disruptive. I don't see how any healthy woman could even consider entertaining her. But hey, I guess if you don't do, do coke, then you know better, allegedly. But I'm just saying, am I lying, Sonny? Listen, let me tell you something about me. I'm gonna park it in the X files, and I'm gonna refer to it later when I need to. It's something about her. Don't let her fool you. Destiny to me shouldn't be on the show. And I don't say that a lot about people when I make a call about, nah, I don't think you're ready to be on the show, because you came back on the same old, same old. To me, that tells me there's a lack thereof. And when you have a life coach and a therapist and you ain't moved past 3, 4, 5 years ago, now here's my thing. Let me back up. You said you let the nigga go. You said I broke up with him. I left him. How come you can't give me that? No, how come you can't give yourself that? If you let that nigga go, then let it go. There should be no more conversation. Because anything that I let go, I don't want back. I don't need back because I let it
Thank you,
go.
Queen. We don't do get backs here.
Thank you.
Certainly no get backs for me. I don't do get back together. None of that shit. Not for me. I'm sorry. And also, if you left that man, why are you still messaging that man?
Out the blue.
Yeah. And why are you messaging that man some next man's child? Like, make it make sense.
I'm
And
gonna
I'm
tell you
sorry.
why. I think
Sorry.
why would any woman send another man a picture of their child?
That's what I would like
He's
to
not the
know.
father, in your opinion. Why would any woman do that?
I think I have, Queen, I can't answer. Like I said, she's unstable. I cannot answer for unstable people. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she's not well. But she doesn't make sense in what she does. And I'm sorry, her life coach, psychiatrist, whatever, they need a psychiatrist because clearly they ain't doing their jobs right. They're just clearly chatting shit to her and probably yes man to her, because why she's still out here looking like a fool?
Boom. Look, and Desiria, thank you. She wanted that to be his baby. That's the only reason why I'll be passing photos. Because even if you didn't make the paternity lineup, deep down inside, I was hoping that it was yours. That's just my opinion of why any woman, right? Destiny or any woman, if that's not his father, why you sending picture day? Why you sending picture day when he has a father who's a legitimate 2-parent household, right? Prior to divorce. Because you were married. So you didn't have your child out of wedlock. Why you sending another man a photo of your child to get him aroused emotionally to connect with you? That's manipulation. You manipulate the women and you manipulate the men that allow you. And you'll go as far as using your child. And that's the tea that she didn't share. You see what I'm saying? It's a dirty game. That's nasty work, but pimping ain't easy. When I've grown up and I've become accustomed to manipulation, emotional grape, I'll do what I need to do to get a nigga to text me, hey, it's picture day. Hey, is this? And then when the quote unquote wife or who the forevermore shows up, I'm a read you every text. But I'm going to leave out the intricate and the important, like they say, surrounding details that I'm the one that initiated the conversation. Just like she forgot to mention that Sonny was simply responding to her. So it went to, we were friends, you invited me to your birthday. All of the intricate details that we needed to be able to make an educated decision as a public, as viewers, you left out because you wanted to control the narrative, just like when you pulled her aside and you wanted her to elevate you over her position as a wife. It's crazy. It's diabolical to me that I'm supposed to drop my ring and my status and hide my matrimony, my holy matrimony, because you want me to honor your vagina as a girlfriend. Make it make sense.
Facts, Queen. And the fact that she wanted some kind of acknowledgement from Sonny that she broke up with him. Why don't you acknowledge that? But for what? I'm his wife. Why do I care about the ex-girlfriends and the ex, flings? Like, why do I care about that? I'm the wife. That's not my business. In my opinion, she don't own nothing. I personally, I ain't explaining shit to nobody, especially about my marriage. I'm not doing that, Queen.
I agree. And that's why I said, Sonny, if you still here, I don't know what this season looks like. I don't know if I don't know if this is just like spillover from already pre-recording. I wouldn't give her not another scene, not another penny. She gonna have to earn that. See, Melody has carried you up to this part. Melody has carried you all the way to this part. And now you jumping on Sonny and Moses back. And I get it, y'all. I'm not saying that Sonny and Moses didn't have a situation that caused everybody to pause. That's not what I'm saying. I think we can all agree. But what I'm saying is she apologized. She tried to have a grown woman conversation. He came out. He tried to have a grown man conversation. He gave her a scene. How much more do you need before you can move on from a relationship that you brag about that you ended? How come you ain't gone yet? You know how they say when black folks, when you have company over, all right, girl, I'm finna get out of here. And it show 2 hours, 3 hours before we can get to the car and you stop on the porch. I need you to move on along. You ended the relationship. What are we doing?
Clearly she's not over it, Queen. In her eyes, because of this relationship been going back 15 years, and the back and forth been going on, she's clearly not over it, Queen. So that's why in her eyes, she needs her closure, and her closure is for both of them to admit that one Sunny was her friend and she did her dirty, and Moses did her dirty by not picking her. Her anger, Queen, comes from not being the picked one,
But she
and
couldn't
that's
get
where
you.
it
The
comes
lady was
from.
married. You see how can I pick you when he's had 3 opportunities to pick her? That's what I said. Sonny ain't the like why are we focused on Sonny? And I get the complexity of it, the swirlness of it, the blurred lines. I get all of that. But you put yourself in a position. Of course, she even pulled up. This is your history as a woman. Not only with Moses, but with your own husband. You were stepping outside of your own marriage before Sonny even pulled up. But ain't nobody having that conversation. You see how everybody's skimming over that? And my question to the viewers is why? Because in order to clean up a mess, shouldn't we get to the bottom of it? If your pipe burst in your home and you walked in and water was all over your floor and your house was flooded with water, wouldn't you try to assess the source of where the pipe leak started? Yeah, you got to go back and say, where did the leak start? How long has the water been leaking so that I can assess the amount of damage? Sonny didn't cause the damage. Destiny caused the damage. That's listen. Let me Fruit Gummy, welcome.
Hey Queen, hey Lala, hey Palace.
Hey,
I was
Han.
I was coming up here to piggyback on the discussion because, like you said earlier, Queen, she's very male identified and she's masculine. And I think the reason why she is conjured up about Moses and why she can't let it go, I think it's a territorial thing. I think it's no different than when you see men who, like you say, they don't want the woman, they don't necessarily want to be in a relationship with the woman, but they just want that sense of ownership because it validates something in them. I think this is absolutely what it is because nobody is going to linger around 15 years not being picked, okay, being chosen over and over again if there's not a deeper thing that she's trying to get satisfied. And that's validation. That's, you know, yeah, I genuinely think that's what it is too.
Okay, so you think there's a validation piece that's needed?
Correct for her. I feel like it's the same way when you see men sometimes, how they don't want a relationship with a woman and they don't want to necessarily be with the woman, but it's the ownership, right? It's the validation that this is mine, kind of like a trinket or a trophy. I think it's the same thing that applies to Destiny and why she's navigating the way she is.
Mm. That's a good call out. Definitely just something to consider. Shay P says, how is she and Martell brother and sister for 15 years and Moses never met or knew of him? Why would you hide a nigga for 15 years? Think about it. And don't nobody know him. How can
Well,
you walk up? Can't no woman come into my husband's life and I don't see. The thing is, Melody even said, I didn't know about her. I never heard her name before. You know why you withhold names? when it's not innocent, when there's something to hide, when there's been a little shake, rattle, and roll, and maybe it didn't work out. Maybe we didn't like it, but maybe we tried it once or twice. Not that. But I don't think that you're that special, that you were the only one that didn't make the cut with Martell sleeping with, allegedly, the other women. Victoria May, welcome. You got the floor.
Hey, Queen and chat. Queen, I just got to say one thing. One thing. That's why her and Martell so close. That's the Martell, but in the form of a lady.
Come on now.
That's Martell. Validation over Melody. That's why he can't let her go. Martell and Destiny doing the same thing. And when you said camera time, he about to run out of camera time. She about to run out of camera time. That's why they so much alike. When she said validation, I just said, I don't even want to click, but I got to click and say, that's Martell. That is Martell. Validation. Why do you think he can't leave Melanie alone? He feel like that's still his, I'm going to say, property. Validation. That's when she said that, when she hit it on the nose with how, when she said validation, I was like, dang, that sound like Martell. Like, she can't let it go. She messed that up. You said she messed that up? Who messed up that relationship? Martell messed that up.
Yep.
And
we keep focusing on Moses. Moses wasn't her husband. LeBerick was. But I'm shocked that all these black women are so big on loyalty and fidelity don't want to hold her accountable for cheating on her husband.
Tell it, Queen.
But let a man cheat on a woman. Lord have mercy. Bring him to the court. Send her off with your head.
Yes. And I just want to say that I'm tired because I've been windmilling in damn chats all day, getting cussed out, getting blocked, everything behind Melanie Cherie. I had to, I'm gonna let y'all go. I had to tell my husband, I said, babe, it's emotional. I said, babe, it's a lot of women, because he coming here think I'm crazy. What you doing on the blogs again? You know, he really getting frustrated. But I had to explain to him, I said, babe, Melanie resonate with a lot of black women. Tell me the number one thing that we have to deal with is cheaters. Cheaters. My incident wasn't exactly like Melody's, but my husband was married before me, and he was constantly conversating with the ex-wife. Supposed to be looking for something else on Facebook, but ran into the ex-wife. I kept noticing. That's why I said you can't get over on the black woman. We notice everything about our man. When he started leaving out the living room and going to the back, I'm like, you can't be talking to your sister because you don't know me do that. I'm been reading it. He just don't know I've been ahead of that game. We was barbecuing. His phone rung. He was out there. And her name was Sylvia Garner. It was SG rung up. Tell me how a black woman, I'm telling you, I memorized her number, and I'm in a whole different state. I memorized every code and everything, ran back there, dialed it. She hung it up. Make a long story short, I found out that. And I kept just listening to his side. I said, let me call her, because I need to see. I got to see her side. Lord, I'm going to just leave it at that. I resonate with Melody. That's why I go so hard for her. And I tell her, I said, babe, it's a lot of black women. I've been through stuff like Melody. And then for Melody to come out still on top, ooh, that's something. That is something. And I don't have a whole lot of money, but she get a lot of my money with her product. She does. She get a lot of it. Just got my sweatshirt. They not like us. Ben got my tights. I support Melody because I'm telling you, that's what we deal with. That's what a lot of black women deal with. That's why she got so many people riding with her. They don't understand. That's why.
I
But
feel you. I feel you. I
I didn't
appreciate it.
even want to go all into that, but I really resonate with her. But his ex-wife is in California. We in Louisiana, Baton Rouge. So,
Mm.
and I was gonna leave him. My mama said, "You gonna leave that man?" And that woman in California, she married too. She
Okay.
married
Oh,
too.
that's
Yeah,
it. That's all.
she
Thank you for
married.
sharing. Do y'all hear what she
Okay.
said?
Yes,
She
she
said
married
she
too.
married too.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. I want to say this. Thank you for sharing, Victoria.
I
Martell
yes.
said, hold on. Martell said, we assume it was Marcel.
Mm-hmm.
He never said, he said one of the older men. Hell, now it could have been Chris Fletcher. But it's
Mm.
somebody in that group that's older than him told him, get you somebody with something to lose
Hmm.
and make them sign something.
Hmm.
That sounds very fitting to me. And if you start to do the process of elimination, birds of a feather flock together, you running around with Belinda,
Hmm.
you running around with another chick Martell that knocked down, you running down with somebody alleged that Marcel has knocked down, and you bringing them on the show, birds of a feather flock together.
Hmm.
To me,
You
that's the
damn
can't
right.
get right crew.
Yep.
That's the whole clique. To
Yep.
me,
Yep. She just like that, but she just in the form of a woman.
I'm just saying, no, I'm just saying, like, if all of these women are comfortable being sides, what's
Mm.
your position in the circle as it relates to Love and Mary Tunstall? I could never be comfortable if that's not
Mm.
my side, because that's not what I'm served.
Mm.
That's not what I'm, you know what I'm saying? But I'm only saying that to say thank you for sharing, Victoria.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. So let me just
Yeah.
tell y'all something. It's a lot of women that will
Mm-hmm.
sign up to snatch your heart right out your chest
Hmm.
and wouldn't give not one fuck about it. Do you
Hmm.
hear me? They wouldn't care that they broke up your family and your kids. So stop
Mm-hmm.
thinking that because you share the same skin tone and the same gender as a person, that no, she would never do that with her eyes closed. You
Mm.
heard Martell's mistress said, I did it with my eyes
Sure
closed,
did.
and showed her big ass braces on camera every
Sure
time
did.
she got a chance, and kikied and
Sure
still think
did.
it's and funny, and then doxed the bodyguard's wife
Hmm.
because it's a game to them. There's some black women that will sign up and snatch
Hmm.
your heart clean out your chest and go to bed at night with the fucking fan on. And if you
Sure
think it's a
will.
game, you better pay close attention because it
Sure
happens
will.
every day. That's all I'm saying. Thank you,
Sure
Victoria, for
will.
coming up.
Queen, can I
Sure
say
will.
something too? Something that stood out to me, Queen, is that Destiny has always made it a point to say, well, I never slept with Martell. But also, we've never asked, how does Martell and Destiny define sleeping with each other? Because it's Martell give me the type that he'll fool around and say, well, oh, that's not us technically sleeping with each other.
Mm.
When you dealing with two liars, baby, ain't
Mm.
no telling.
Yep.
No,
Ain't
but I
no.
Ain't
do
no
believe
telling.
they slept together, Queen. You know, allegedly, and in my
Yeah.
opinion, reason being, if you go back to one of the seasons, I can't remember season 2, freshly when the divorce was happening, and Martell actually looked at Destiny in the face and says, "You, my friend, you're supposed to be on my side. You know what we have together. You know." It's the way he kept repeating that and the way he looked at her that made me think, okay, so he's telling her, you best be on my side. Otherwise, I must spill the tea that we did sleep together.
Mm.
And
Because
whether he's
people
lying or
don't stay
telling the
next
truth, the
to,
point is she didn't correct him.
no.
She
Mm.
never corrected his ass on camera. You get what I'm saying? Thank you for coming up, Victoria. I wanna
Okay,
were
baby.
you
Yeah.
done before? Okay. You want me to
All
drop
right.
you down?
Yes. Good night,
Okay.
ladies.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Aset, welcome. You have the floor.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
First, I want to say, was that fruit gummy with the Bill Clinton denial? I did not have actual relations with that woman. Come to find out, but it just depends on what your definition of is. Uh, that tickled me for a second. But what I wanted to say really quickly, this is a throwback to, I don't know if y'all remember Vesta Williams and the song Congratulations. That's some of
Mhm.
Destiny. She saw an old friend on the street. They said, "Today's your wedding." Her heart stopped. She ran to the chapel door. "Congratulations. I thought it would have been me." And that whole song, y'all, if y'all don't know it, look it up. That is Destiny's
I know
story
that
playing
song.
out beautifully. She said, yeah, she thought it would have been her. So, like, there's no other reason to hang around for that long if you didn't think you were going to move forward in some form. And even if we weren't going to, how dare you move forward without my say so? Because if she say, "I'm done," and I'm done and I'm fine with it, but as long as you are still miserable and you are unhappy and I can get you back when I want to, because she did say that, I can have him right now. What is
She
that
sure
proving?
did.
What is that
You
proving? So
know you know why she said that?
mm, mm,
Because she's
um,
had him before when he's been in holy matrimony and when she's been in holy matrimony. And that's the part that Moses is gonna have to step up
mhm.
and figure out how the hell he wanna move forward
And that is
this
low
time around.
down, dirty side chick mentality work. Because I wouldn't even say that about anybody's boyfriend, husband, you know, live tonight, live tomorrow, like the sneaky slide. Like, if I know you're occupied, why would I want to be occupied with you? Or even say it proudly? What does it prove? That you can be a side? And I want to say, in full self disclosure, with my mother used to say that about my father. "Oh, he's married, but I could have him anytime I want." I'm like, well, that's kind of crazy to me, mom. He's been married for 20 years. And so, what do you get out of that? And what are you showing me?
It don't matter. We have to start realizing in the Black community, there's a lot of abnormals walking around this motherfucker. We talk about it behind the wall. Mary versus Martha complex.
I was there.
There's a lot of abnormal mofos walking around here. And I'll say it again. They don't give a damn about your feelings, about your husband. They're disruptive. And that's what they do. They've been bred and raised in chaos. That's all they know, baby.
Mm.
That's all they know. And some of the women are more diabolical than the men, if the truth be told, because some of these hoes will come up in your house and eat your food and sniggle and giggle and ask to babysit your kids, like she did Melody, and say, "I need to be a part of your village," and the whole time humping your husband or befriending the group of women that are humping your husband. I can't get with it. See, some people play a dangerous game. And like, I don't know if it was on Natty, but somebody came up, one of the mothers in the palace, and say, this generation of women, y'all too soft. Because you should have been slapping hoes as soon as they got out of place. All that check your man. No, I'm checking everybody in this motherfucker. Because if you know, you can get this work. See, all that, these new rules, these new school, well, check your man. I'm checking you because you knew.
Mm.
Everybody getting checked. Ain't no woman should be ever that comfortable to confront you about your husband, to confront you about your man without getting some get back and a little bit of fire lit up under their feet. I'm sorry. Ain't no nice when it come to my family. Not 1 ounce of nice because we won. So
And
you
Queen,
walk up
you
on
have said,
me, you gotta be ready for whatever comes up out of me, because that's the risk you took by thinking you can confront me about mine. You better stay in your fucking place. I'm sorry. It's Monday night. It's a party in the chat.
and Queen, you had said something, I don't know, a couple months ago when Sonny and Moses first got married, and you ended your, I guess, segment with, it wasn't a lie, it was a video, and you were like, "I would never let a woman come to me, or let a woman see me pressed about her husband." And you just ended it with the dun dun dun. I said, that's the way to drop the mic. Because about another person's husband, it's game over. Even if he slept with you every night, if he's in a hospital and she say you can't come, guess what? You can't come.
Don't ever come up to me. Ever. Because I
Ever.
ain't sleeping with you. He is. Even if he is. Don't.
Mhm.
Because see, let me tell you about misery. Misery loves company. Anytime a side chick want to call a wife and dump, no, you trying to rain on my parade. You trying to snatch my heart out like yours gets snatched when he don't come over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's, and he puts you on a shelf. So now you want to kind of disrupt what I got going on because you're not feeling good about yourself. Well, I'm going to let her know. Don't let me know shit. You didn't let me know on a good day. You didn't let me know when you found out. You don't have the honor of ever speaking to me. And the day you think you do, this is how most wives should think. Then I'ma slap every teeth up out your mouth. I'ma disconnect your teeth from your gums because you talk to him. Don't talk to me. You wasn't talking to me then. Don't you ever think that you have the honor and the pleasure of speaking to me. I don't know. I'm different.
No, I'm with
Sugar.
you on that, Queen. I'm with you on that, Queen. I'm sorry. Say it how it is. I wish a bitch would. If you sleeping with my man, continue sleeping with him. But you ain't gonna ever in your life come to me and talk about how you with my man. I don't care. And that's the thing with women. Why do you care what your man does to you? Whatever he does is gonna come back to him tenfold. One thing about me is I'm a check a bitch and I will whack a bitch. That's me.
Hey,
Listen,
Queen
I'll
Sheba.
check it out. Whack it.
don't you ever let a woman get disrespectful to you behind your husband and then to my talk to him. Girl, if you ever run up on me, it ain't no more talking to him.
Because if you
I'm
wanted me
sorry.
to
Go
talk
ahead,
to
sugar.
him,
Hey, Queen Sheba. Hey, the palace. Lala, my
Hey,
sis.
sugar.
Nice to hear from you, love. Nice to hear from
Good to
you.
hear from you too, love.
So what we doing? We talking about Destiny Bust Down?
Yes,
That
we
bust
are.
down.
But let me
That
ask you
bust down
this.
bandit. Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. And keep it real, sugar. A man cheating. She know he got you. You're his wife. Some women, the new age women say, don't say nothing to me. Talk to him. How you moving?
No, I'm checking both of them.
Thank you.
Just because we need to get an understanding. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Aunt Nettie was trying to tell you. See, back in the day, these side chicks, it was an underlying understanding of things. And if you found out about them, you're gonna check both of them. You're gonna make both of them eat shit. And then you're gonna make your decision if you want to stay with your husband or if you through with it. It's as simple as that. But I want to get back to, yeah, talking about accountability. So okay,
Let's go.
Destiny, let's go back to accountability. You cheated on your husband. Trish is cheating on her husband.
Come on.
We hear about speculations of Marceau cheating on his wife. Those lips looked kind of red, Maurice, on your mugshot. So we want to hold Melody accountable for what? Now, one thing I will give Stormy, we don't hear about no infidelities on that end so far, but to come out. But Stormy is a non-fucking factor. That's why she gone. But for you to say that Melody's mom, you gonna stand, you gonna double down on
Mm.
Melody mom being a pimp. You gonna use the word pimp. Girl, I been clocked you as a madam. But you gonna say she a pimp because she not holding her accountable. And I think you said because it's profitable. Girl, are you crazy? See, y'all know what's happening here. They turning this all around and deflecting
Mm.
away from the real criminal in all this, which is Martell. And everybody plotted because they rooting for Martell. All of them. Every last one of them that been on the show. It's Melody and them. Even the producers. So, Dusty, when your raggedy ass want to talk about Melody Mama being a pimp, I think, matter of fact, I'm almost sure you were talking about your mama.
Mm.
Because that's all you do is use storylines and turn it around and y'all actually be talking about yourselves.
Let her cook.
So, we need to, what I mean? We need to just hold them to the fight every time, because right now it's tennis. Right now it's ping pong. Every time y'all come with them lies, we're going to hold y'all accountable because y'all trifling. Y'all gutter mutts. It's really
And
embarrassing that your kids are gonna watch this show and see the buffoonery. It's so much immaturity on so many levels. You know what I'm saying? Like we supposed to be grown women, but y'all not even decent women. And
it's
accountability. Remember Kimmy? Really,
go ahead.
Kimmy? So it's really, really, Kimmy, I thought Melody really explained that very well, that even though, we may have a little, conflict or disagreements, we were able to resolve it as women. But for you to make it a point that we need the men, so you can't go nowhere without your man. I mean, y'all one in marriage, but y'all still two different individuals.
Kimmy need a man. Okay. Oh, don't get me started. Go ahead.
Now tell it. What can?
Kimmy's not okay. So, oh, okay. There. Oh, let me go to So Crafty line. Let me hold my peace for a second. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. That don't make me right, but I'm just giving you my thoughts on the outside looking in. Anytime you need a man as a buffer, in my opinion, I'll tell you why. Go ahead, So Crafty Lion.
Hey everybody, I'm like scattered all over the place now. I was getting ready to tell my little story about I've never been married, but I have been engaged before, and the guy was cheating. And I remember when the girl she called my house and she said, "I'm having your man's baby." And my thought was, I said, "Well, I don't know what the hell you calling me for. I don't babysit and I don't buy diapers. What you want me to do? You need to
Okay.
be calling that nigga. He ain't here." And I told her, I said, if you think calling me was gonna upset me, you're gonna be so pissed by the time you hang up this phone. And I never heard from her again. The relationship ended shortly after that, but I hate when girls play that game. I don't like that. And I'm pretty good at upsetting your day, so I'm not the right person to play it with. And what she just said about Kimmy just made me think about something. I don't understand why Kimmy needed a man there so bad, considering the fact that she barely got a honeymoon out of her husband. Why all of a sudden do you need a husband to travel? You couldn't even get him to go anywhere with you, period. Now you can't travel without him. I mean, I get why you might want him there, but she's acting like it's something they do all the time. And it's something you barely could get him to do ever. So I just thought that was a bunch of BS. That's
I
it.
think Kimmy has aged out the game. I think
Yeah.
it's time to cut her. I think she's aged out the game. She's a little bit over it. And when I say age, I wish I could 50% is because of her age, but 50% is not because of her age. Her energy level ain't there. She just ain't bringing it. She's aged out the game. She don't have a storyline. And at this point, her and Maurice need each other in order to show up and give 100% on camera. She brings 50%, he brings 50%, but alone, they are not star players. They're not even role players. When you think about a game of sports, if you've ever played sports, they are bench warmers when you
I
put them up
agree.
against the other cast members. Period, point blank. If you've ever been in middle school and you remember how we used to play and they would line it up and they let the kids pick the team. They would put two of you and you say, who you want, who you want. They would get picked last. Does that make sense? And she realizes it, but instead of just tapping out and doing the adult thing and going back to nursing, you gonna camouflage it behind we need a man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, pretty lame.
Mhm.
Period. Don't
Now,
nobody
Queen,
want some men there on them trips. Because and then not only that, Kimmy's also thinking about the financial aspect. Because if both of us show up in the scene, we both get paid. She know exactly what she's doing. The
Mhm.
Scots get paid because they're a couple. Her and Maurice get those are two separate paychecks. So yeah, I think we need to do more with the men. This ain't a fucking men's show. We don't want them greasy bears there. We want to see the women. What you bring?
Queen, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just a little slow to it. What does it mean tapped out the game? I don't know what that means.
Who want to break it down? Break it down for somebody.
Well, what she mean? It's different phases in life, right? And she, I guess, you were like the hot girl, I guess that's what y'all calling it now. She, she ain't finna be running around with Maurice, going in and out of clubs and doing all that. She kind of like trying to settle down, make sure her financial affairs are in order so she be good, as she get older. So, Maurice, he ain't slowing down. He still got the agility in him. You know what I mean? But that's the way I'm taking it. And if I'm wrong, Queen, she will let me know.
Well,
She
I
not
say
a
she
hot girl
out
no
the
more.
game. She just don't fit now, because Nell, her and Nell should be pairing up as women in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
See, when we talk about, these girls are inexperienced. You see what I'm saying on this show? Because Kenya Moore is in her 50s. Her and Candy will tag team it all day long. Candy's in her, late 30s, early 40s. Kenya Moore will tag team it with Drew because they understand the well-being of the show. But see, sometimes when you get a bunch of us in a room who don't understand, listen, we got to make this shit work for the longevity of the show. Kimmy don't know how to play. Her and Nell should be eating it up as 50-some-year-olds. They should be doing scenes together. But there's no chemistry amongst these. You need the men there because really the women don't know how to get along. But I'm not tuned in for the damn men. This is a female.
Yeah.
The audience is 90 something percent women. So guess what? If you can't do a scene in St. Thomas to make it work for 3 or 4 days, recast the freaking show. If I were a producer and I heard somebody say, we just need the men here, guess what? Coming up next, meet Sugar and Bobby, or meet, whoever. I'm just saying, I would get rid of her.
Yeah, but
Facts queen. I don't know why she's there for. Like, and her man don't miss her. And to me, in my opinion, I think she really wants her man to be there so she can keep an eye on him. And if you saw the episode, his son and him didn't even really care for her. They wanted Kimmy, their maid, back. They didn't really care for Kimmy. You know what I mean? They just wanted their maid back to cook and clean for them. I don't know what she there for, other than doing her sly little jabs. Like I saw her jabbing Melody with that island boy. You got an island boy, and I want a man. Maybe you want to be around women all day. I know where she was heading with, but boo, nobody wants you too. Your own man don't want you.
Yeah, they did say that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the cast is dry. If the worst complaint you can come up with is she's flirting with him and I didn't get to bring my husband, I'm done. Like, what am I watching this show for? Is that what we doing? You can't come up with nothing else. You can't create a scene for yourself other than to look and say, oh, well, she's over here flirting. Then don't look. Go create another scene somewhere else. Create a little motion somewhere else. If you got it. You get what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying is like Kimmy don't know, like she don't have anything. She don't know what to do if it's not acting like Maurice groupie. You know how she be acting like all childlike or like she young if she is trying to do anything. And she does that around him. And then if she's not doing that, she's taking digs. I think her and Nell both, I'm gonna say it. I think they both act like they still young. What I mean is you can age and grace, and I'm not saying that you can't have fun, but I just think that it should just be a more mature disposition about yourself.
I think she's too mature in some instances. Let your hair down, have a little fun. Damn. All you like you're critiquing. You're over, stay home. You know what it is. You get what I'm saying? You signed up. It's the reality of it all. Stay home. You don't have to come. But don't get here and pick it apart. You started with the rooms. Now you're starting with I couldn't bring my man. It's not a man's trip. It's not a couple's trip. Y'all have had couples trips and they were nice, whatever. Melody had to sit back and eat it up and be single. So take now, guess what? See, nobody wants to get uncomfortable on this show. They want Melody to do all of to get uncomfortable. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be
I get
uncomfortable.
you,
I want to
Queen.
bring my man. But there was
agree.
times that she didn't have a man and she had to suck that shit up and go, and she did her job. And you never once heard her say, why am I here? Why did I have to be here? They all got men, I don't. That's what I don't like about this cast. It's not I don't really think it's a good fit for reality TV. I think Carlos is for I think they've worn out their welcome. I think um you should have had one group of Scots, not two. It's like watching paint dry. They don't really bring anything to me, in my opinion. But let me pause. Let me pause.
And they don't know it. They think they bring a lot. I think they think they're entertaining.
They
Yeah.
are in a foursome now. That's why they like
But
to be together.
also,
When you
Queen,
start to
don't you
separate them, they're not. Go ahead.
sorry,
Sugar,
Queen,
something.
but don't you think also it's something to throw in Melody's face? Like, we want our men here, and because of the fact that Melody's single and divorced and she ain't got a man, I feel like that's another way they take jabs at her too, throwing their husbands in her face.
I
Like
would say
Melody
yes
cares.
if they hadn't had previous couples trips where she's been alone, but she's held her own. I don't uh, I mean, if the men were different, probably, but no. She's gone to Houston with them. It ain't really nothing on, you be like, okay, girl. Girl, all right. If you like it, I love it.
I love it.
Greasy bears.
I don't know. It's just, you know, I believe in pivoting when things aren't working. Kimmy's tapped out. Kimmy don't want to be there. It shows up. Kimmy ain't giving nothing. Kimmy don't even have to have a storyline.
And
I'll
Kimmy
cover that.
could have ran with it and been really powerful and pivotal in what she was going through with her breast cancer. She could have leaned into that, and she could have leaned more into the experience instead of us listening about
She
her
didn't want
sexual
to though.
health. No. No, and she's tired. And my personal opinion is that with all the things happening and all the rumors in the background, and she's not old, but she's too old and to be wanting to do this at this stage of your life. Like, you don't have the energy you shouldn't have the energy for that kind of madness ever in life, but
That's
definitely
what I'm
not in your
saying.
50s, and
Hmm.
definitely not as a cancer survivor, and definitely not as a mother of a child that's in college or out of college or is able to get married and give you grandchildren. That's where they should link up and, like, this is what I want for my son's future. I'm helping him navigate himself as a young man. We left off with them talking about her son being an entrepreneur. What happened to that? There's a lot of places she could step
Hmm.
in, but she don't want to. She want to hang out and I guess go bar for bar with the younger women, and that's not your role. You can look good and be mature and hold your
Hmm.
peace and have a say and bring what you have to the table. But what you can't do is get in the ring or go to the mattress with people that are a decade younger than you. You look foolish.
I
I
think that
agree.
I agree. I think she's just too male identified that when it comes to like being able to put herself in the forefront or like focus on herself, I don't think she has that much value or self esteem for herself. Like the fact that she turned her cancer story into Maurice the Hunter,
Yeah.
to me, that was so disrespectful and it was so disgusting. But the fact that like she didn't have enough like I guess self esteem or like value to herself that she was even okay for that to be shown the way that it is. I think it speaks volumes to her. So I don't think she has the capacity to be able to have a story where it solely focuses on her.
Depth of character. Outside of you being married and waiting so long to get married to this man and still waiting for him to show up as we expect husbands to show up, you're just still in limbo. She very much reminds me of a 25, 50-year old.
I think she has the capacity, but I think Kimmy has played a role that she has to keep up of being a submissive woman in a
Yeah.
modern world, uh, uh,
Hmm.
dealing with the red pill mentality men. Many of those men on that show possess red pill mentality. Okay, let's just pause there. Okay, even though they don't have. So when you start to get into that red pill dialogue and that red pill mentality, I want a traditional woman. I want this. Do you got that traditional money?
Okay.
Yeah. You got that traditional money where the woman didn't have to work? where the man would take over and take care of everything financially? Do you have horses and cows and cattle that you could give to my family? Do you, and not only that, like, let me go and I think she's playing a part, right? But at the same time of staying home and doing all of this, if you really get into the traditional historical roles, those women had help. Those men made enough money that those women had, what do they call them, y'all?
All pairs.
Servants,
Nope. No,
nannies,
that's a modern day
chefs,
term. Go ahead, Lala.
servants.
They had servants that would help with the children. They had servants that would clean the house. They had servants. As a matter of fact, women would make a men's plate if we really want to talk about traditional, because they sat there and ate family style where they would pass the dishes to each other. So do you have that traditional money? So women have been tricked out of their spots. And I think Kimmy, in my opinion, is busy playing a role because
Mhm.
she playing a role that she had to do to get that young man because there's an age difference. So she got to keep it up. Maurice has a huge appetite for sex. Huge
Cheryl
appetite
said,
for sex. So Kimmy is stuck in a role that she has to play.
He will sex
And
her to
part of
death
that
if
is
you
being
let him.
heavily attached to your man and all of that. And that's fine and that's all. But in spite of her serving her man, to me, she's lost her appeal to the audience on the show.
yes, yes,
That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Cheryl Howard wants you to drop the link.
Okay. Okay. So I just think Kimmy's not a good fit. I just think it's just not a good fit for this show. And another thing about Carlos is is that executive producer. He's a Libra. They have extremes. They don't have a middle ground. It's one extreme to the other. You get what I'm saying? You have one
Mhm.
successful couple. He started off wrong. It was Melody and Martell helping everybody else. You should have had at least two, maybe three successful couples, one in the making, the other one, maybe a couple that's learning from everybody else instead of just one end of the polar opposite from the other. And then everybody else was dependent on one couple. He plays in extreme spots. So then you have Kimmy, that's a 50 something year old amongst these 32-year olds. So you got to think of how long they've been on this show. There was no older woman before Nell came. So
That's
it
a
was
good
nothing for her to
suggestion.
latch herself onto. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said that's a good suggestion that you made. They owe you a check. They should have had like, at least 2 to 3 strong couples,
Hmm.
especially when he knew, you know what I mean, the situation when Melody went to him with the situation before they aired.
Well, it wouldn't have made them a target. Melody was the most successful one, going through one of the roughest times of her life. But because he plays in extremes, there was no balance. Because you should have had other couples that could have brought up the tail. Other couples that had just as much going on. So now if
Mhm.
you look at it, Kimmy, Nell just pulled up. Kimmy's okay. It's not a crime to be the older woman on the show, but are there any more? So that are there any more that she can have time with? Maybe she don't want to go. Maybe I don't know. I think production should start challenging themselves. Where are we going with this? Cheryl Howard, what are your thoughts?
Kimmy is just as dry as her libido, in my opinion. Uh, Destiny, on the other hand, diabolical, master manipulator, just cunning, you know, vindictive, malicious, narcissistic. I expect that from her because that's how she enjoy what she do. She enjoy lying, pathological liar, habitual liar. She enjoy the stuff she do. Kimmy is the same. She's dried up. She's old news. She needs to leave the show, in my opinion. She's all she's ever done was take Martell's side. She's male identified. Destiny is way more male identified. She masculine. She want to be the man. You see, she got the big D energy. I remember hearing Sheree say that. I remember hearing Sheree say that's what Martell had. when she was parading around with Martell, putting on this front like they were together. This chick cannot be trusted. This man told her he had women and was married, and she didn't care. Now all of a sudden, now she want to come through here acting like a prima donna, like she's the virtue of Mary, that would never participate. I already know that every woman that every 3 or 4 Martell have ever been with, you see her with Melnika, Belinda, Ariane, Melody. Must I go on?
Mm.
She cannot be trusted. She know I know because I be on the platform letting her know she will never be trusted. Mel will never deal with her again. No more will she deal with Martell again. But it just show you how diabolical she is behind those beady little eyes of hers, those little bug eyes of hers. She cannot. I've been saying she cannot be trusted from the beginning. When she tried to say Melody teaching somebody how to cheat, you can't teach a hoe how to be a hoe. A hoe is a hoe. She don't need no teaching. She knows it very well down pat. Paramore / whore knows. Did Martell do the 3 things he's supposed to do? I asked him this when I was here before. Did he do it? Of course he didn't, because he's so busy trying to take her down. And he's not going to take Melody down. If anything, the hole he dug for her, he's now in. And Destiny, I don't expect anything else. This is the same chick that's claiming she was DV'd, but yet she's running around with a DV'er. She running around with an AB'er, someone who AB'd his ex-wife and his children. But she want people to believe she's a DV victim. This is what she does, her little victim playing card. I'm glad people see her for who she is, because she's not going to stop. She just like Martell. That's his Siamese twin.
Mm. Well,
Narcissistic and selfish. But that's all I got to say. She going to get
thank
what
you,
she
girl.
deserves. Thank you for letting me come up. Thank you.
No, thank you for
And
asking
hi,
us to come
Lala.
right.
I'm sorry. Hi, Lala in the panel. Hello. I'm
Hi,
sorry.
Hey,
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
I'm
My
sorry.
New York
Hi.
sis.
How you doing, babe? She just pisses me off. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you for coming up, Cheryl. Imma drop you down and bring up
Okay.
Sharon. Okay,
Okay.
okay, Cheryl's gonna drop down. Let me bring up Sharon, but before I do, Kaylin said, I have to go back and look at it. Look, it was said that Destiny hit Mel on the butt when she said, "I love you." She did. She did. I did see that. She did. Sharon W., welcome.
Hello, everybody. How you guys doing?
Good,
Oh my
good.
goodness, a trip.
Hello.
Do my little notes here.
All right, you got the floor.
Okay. With Destiny, from day one, we watched Destiny first came on and everything else. Destiny, a type of person that she didn't want to be effeminate. I think that she'd been, like she said, as she said, she was constantly in foster care and all that stuff. So she put this armor on. That's what she didn't want to be. To her, a feminine person is a victim, and she want to do that. And also for her, she need to be in the mix with Melody. I do believe that she what Melody had when she was married. I think she wanted Martell masculinity, unlike her husband didn't have. And that's what I see that was more common, is that every man she looking at, she want that kind of energy. She type of person, I'm being mean, but I think she type of person want a man to hit her.
What?
Yeah, I think she want, because she one of those girls who want to be she want to be controlled, but she want to be controlled by a man.
All
And
right.
you ever seen those kind of females? They want a man to check them, so they won't get out of line.
Mm.
That's what she give me when the different men she looking at. Moses, he said the same thing. Moses, he was away from the state, but she was never close to him. LB, when she married him, she was close to him, but she was far away from him. in the same place. And for Destiny come on the show again and then be in Sunny face, knowing for well they've been over. And to me, I didn't see it that way. I see Sunny, you know, I think Sunny was trying to be nice about it. I think she was trying to be cordial about it. But sometimes you can't be cordial. Sometimes you'll be really up in the moving face, like, you know, we married now, back the fuck off.
That's true.
And move on. There's no way in heck I wouldn't give a woman the time of day once I got a ring on her finger. If I decide to go that route, to get that go that route, marry that man. There's no way I would do it.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Sharon, for sharing. Thank you.
Kimmy, oh, okay.
I'm gonna drop Sharon down, or you can stay up, Sharon, if you want.
Okay.
I think you're priority, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go to Moonchild. So I'm gonna let Sharon mute up real quick. Moonchild, you got the floor.
Hello. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm late, but I had to come in, and I heard you as soon as you said, when you was talking about, you know, that misery loves company, and
Yeah.
Kimmy gives me that. Kimmy is such a whack chick to me, and I know I don't come up on panels a lot, and it's just because I really don't have a filter, and I can't say nice things or in a nice way sometimes, but Kimmy is just super whack to me. She just annoyed me crazy when she said she wanted Maurice on the trip. Maurice is a cornball. Martell is a cornball. Marceau is definitely a cornball. They is the corniest men I've ever known in my life.
Mm-hmm.
What was she talking about? I want my man here. It's like you've been without a man for so long, you don't know how to be without him for a minute. And I do agree when you say, you know, like older women and when they hanging with a group of young women, because I'm 52, and I notice a lot of younger women in their 30s, early 40s, even early 30s, they all want to hang out with me. But I'm like, that's just because I'm not whack and I tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still maintain my dignity and my integrity, because if they want to hang around me, then I understand that they are looking at me as an older woman. So I try to conduct myself in a certain type of way, but I don't try to play like I never was their age either. And I don't know how to get down and have fun. Why would you say something like you jelly about Mel flirting with the man? That man was cute. But why you wasn't bigging Mel up? Like, all right, Mel, you better go ahead. Like, that's what you should have said. Instead of, oh, yeah, I ain't got Maurice here. Like, she sound crazy and she be whining that. Oh, Kimmy is just the worst. Yes, she's aged out of this show. It's time for her to go. She has no storyline. She brings nothing. She's not inspiring to me, and I can't relate to her. And we're in the same age bracket. And to me, that's sad. That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you for coming up and sharing, Moonchild. We appreciate that perspective. Listen, that's Moonchild, y'all. She gonna drop down and come and join the party in the chat on this Monday night. Y'all know how we do it.
I love
Thank
the
you.
chat. All right.
They're ready for you, Moonchild. So she's gonna drop down. And listen, when I say she's aged out the game, for me, it's just her energy. It's her energy. She's aged out because Kenya Moore is in her 50s and she brings it. Nell is all right. Nell has her moments, but at least she has the energy for it. Follow me, Black TV. Welcome. You have the floor.
Good evening, Queen Sheba in the palace panel.
Hello.
Good evening, ladies. How are y'all this evening?
Hello.
Hey, I just got a quick question, and I'll elaborate just a little bit because you know it ain't gonna take me long. What in the hell did we watch Saturday? That shit was edited. It was people missing and shit. Where the hell everybody go? And it wasn't no explanation. I don't know where Nell went. I don't know where the girl Sunny went or the other girl with the little wig thing on her head. And they cut a lot of the interactions out between Shanita, not Shar, but Shanita and Tissue. It was just a lot, girl. I was like, what in the heck is this mess? And Kimmy, you should be happy to get a break from Maurice. Why you whining about he ain't here? All he gonna do is dong you down, and you gonna whine about that because you're gonna be tired. You ain't gonna want to do nothing. You're gonna be trying to come up with incantations, just trying to bring everything back to life, child. So I would have been glad to get away from him. Go away from me with that. Okay? That's what I would love. But I'll be honest with y'all. I thought Kimmy, after she got over this illness, y'all, that she was gonna figure it out and choose her dang on self. And she didn't do it. I'm just
Mm,
disappointed in her. I really am. And I was disappointed when she kept defending Maurice's behavior towards her. And we were getting mad. And I looked, I said, well, child, that's your man. If you like it, I love it. I ain't got to say nothing else about you. Because I ain't with him. I ain't got to put up with it. That's you. And you over there looking crazy. That's what you're doing. Period, point blank. And that destiny, that passed around thing. Child, that's a pass around at this
mm.
point. She did have a little, we almost had a little respect for you, even though we couldn't figure out why your man left you right after you dropped the baby. But now you really don't have a stance. It is ridiculous. And the way that these women come and let Carlos, that's who the big cornball is, big old cornball, moose knuckles. Now that's the one that's corny because he doesn't give them any original direction, and I don't know, Kimmy, I just can't explain her personality. I would be so happy to be away from Maurice. They'd be looking for me. I'd be somewhere in the damn bushes somewhere with somebody. Child wouldn't be studying Maurice. I would. No, Lord, thank you, Jesus. And then he said, I really don't think you can help me do anything. He just hurts her feelings, and she's walking around because she has not given herself the freedom that she deserves. So this is her choice. Oh, well, there you go, girl. There you go. But I'd be trying to have me some fun. I would not go at all. And I just think that Destiny is just
I agree.
pitiful. Destiny is the type of woman that she is missing an emotional component, an emotional connection that was not nurtured to her as a young girl. Okay. So that type of person really, she can run through men. It's no big deal to her. You know what I mean? And she won't be able to maintain a relationship. Women like that, and then they want to go both ways. They don't really care about men like that. Not really. Take them or leave them most of the time. But like we always notice, people love to control when stuff ends. You don't go do all this, like they said, embarrass me. I'm the one that's supposed to be running around dropping you. So of course they get that, it's like reverse psychology. You just wanted to be the one to lead the man, child. you know, and you just want to get back in Mel's good graces because Mel was a good friend, but she will never forgive you. You have done things that are unforgivable. Well, I'm not going to say that because some people can forgive, but it's something that they will never forget. You will never get that up close and personal to betray me like that. I think that she played Martell and Melody against one another. We don't know what was said behind closed doors. And Martell easy to play. All you gotta do is feed up this little bit old ego, girl. You could get him to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was the middleman. You know what I mean? And I think she did want both of them, but don't nobody want you, girl. Nobody want you. So
All
anyway,
right.
I'm done. All right, ladies. But yeah, she really need a lot of work. And like I say, something was not nurtured as a child. And therefore she is missing that component and she can't cope and she can't figure it out. So yeah, you got a lot of women that enjoy that. And after a while, it's sad. They become sad, and they just, I don't know. But
I
y'all have a
agree.
good night. Thank you, Queen, for allowing me to come up. I just wanted to talk a few minutes. And these babies over here
Absolutely.
drive me crazy.
Thank you for coming up. Thank you.
All
That
right.
was Follow Me Black TV, y'all. She's gonna drop down and join the party in the chat.
All
Sugar's gonna
right.
drop down too. I know it's getting late. Let me bring up Aunt Debbie, then we're gonna wrap up. Aunt Debbie, welcome to the stage, Queen. How are you? You got the floor.
How you doing? Hello, panel. I just think, Kimmy, she ought to be glad she's somewhere. But Maurice has trained her. She's been trained to be just what he wants her to be. And then another thing, she's worried about what he's doing while she's not there. And, anytime y'all go to the same party, he take his car and you have to drive your car. What they tell you? She know he already out there. While she over there in St. Thomas, he out there with that red lipstick and that perfume on his collar too. So she know what he doing. She know what's going on. That's why she can't be away from him. Cause she know that Even when she home, he ain't doing it right. You know he out having a good time if she ain't at home. What's to stop him? So there goes. She know and she feel bad. See, Kimmy had a good life before she married him. She gave up all her freedom for a bum on the couch.
Come on, you better say it.
And he took everything away from her. Her dignity, her integrity, her self-respect, everything. And now she just finding out she see there's nothing left. The lady tired. Ain't nothing left. Nothing. And as far as Destiny, if Destiny had hit me on my behind like she did Mel, I'd have slapped her in one of those cities those guys was talking about. I would have reached back and hit her and knocked her over the rail into another city. I do not play that. I don't play that. I don't even like for a man to do that. To me, it's disrespectful.
What you think that was about?
She was trying to show her big D energy. She already said, she thinks she can have people. I love you. That's I'm getting back close to you. I'm trying to get back in. You didn't put your hand on me. No, I'm sorry. You're not in and you're never gonna be in. And like I say, that would have been a reflex for me because I don't like that. I would have hit her real hard, knocked her over into another city. And that's just the way that would have went. Now, and Kimmy and Tisha, she just as slow as they come. Kimmy don't know what she got because she don't have nothing there with that man. And she getting older. She tired. She tired of him jumping up and down to her day in, day out, nighttime, in the morning. The lady can't catch a break. She can't catch a break. She got to be right there to service him. That's her job. That's her submissive role. That's what she signed up for. She signed everything she ever had over to a bone. And that's
Baby.
just gonna be the rest of her life. He gonna do what he want to do. She just have to accept it. And she tell me, well, we should have brought the men. Your man ain't never cared you know what he won't carry you on no honeymoon. He waited till he got a free honeymoon to carry you somewhere. And you sitting up talking that crap. See, that's how he got her trained. That's how stupid she is. She's slow too. I wish they would get rid of her and get some new couples if they don't keep this show on, or just scrap it all together.
I agree. I think
I'm
I'm gonna have to
done.
agree.
I'm done with this show. It's ridiculous.
It doesn't flow anymore. Like somebody said, I can't. I was looking at the chat. Somebody said it's maybe it was So Crafty lying. It's just so many gaps. It's like what? Wait a minute. And the whole time, another thing I noticed too, they kept zooming in on Stormy's face to show that she really wasn't happy being there. So at this point, why are we forcing it? Scrap it.
Right. And then you got one lady, she's sitting there with her nose all turned up. The one with that old ugly wig on. That thing,
Trisha.
I don't know. The one look like Shamar. I don't know what she is. She's sitting there like she come there to wrestle people or something. I don't know what her problem was.
And oh Lordy. I think that's Trisha, the new lady.
Yeah, and then she sitting up to me. She got a husband. The man say, "How you gonna have a fiance and you still married? Plus, you over here after this other bum. You want him to acknowledge what you got going here? What you got 3 men on the show, and we don't know who the side trick is. Like you said, it's like watching paint dry to me. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It don't make sense. If this the best Carlos King could come up with, he need to quit and find him another profession because this ain't it. This just ain't it. And I'm just sick of it. You got Destiny that slept with everybody on the show.
Listen. 5, allegedly, 5 of them.
I'm
And ain't nobody
saying.
talking about that. You see how we'll let women slide without that accountability?
I ain't let it slide. I've been talking about it. Oh no, she ain't sliding nowhere.
I know
Probably
that's
to the
right.
next bed she can get in.
Mm. Debbie.
I can't with this show. Oh, I
Listen.
can't with this show. I waited on you to put Queen in. I put it on at that time. I watch you. This here was getting ridiculous over here.
Yeah, it's
That,
kinda out of control at this point. I can't even follow it. I'm like, "Okay, like, what are we forcing?" And child, they done drug it out and it ended they was on a vacation. When did they take that vacation last year?
I don't know where they took.
2022.
Child, the budget must be bad, cause it like, we like 6, 7 months behind, but also when you think of the other productions on OWN that Carlos is in charge of, didn't Bell Collective. No, that wasn't Bell Collective. I think it was Love and Marriage DC took, like, a whole year hiatus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're
Yeah,
always waiting. See what's
yeah.
going on.
Whew, I don't know, y'all. It's just I don't know, like, at this point, it's just not making sense, like, the cast ain't casting. It ain't nothing worse than somebody showing up to work that don't wanna be there. Leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just talking about reality TV. Have you ever went to a restaurant or you went to a grocery store and you walk up and they stare at you and you staring at them? Shit, you work here. Salutations. Like, what you looking at me for?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Hello. How are you? Shit, you
Yep.
work here. I don't. But I think at this point it's people are just they don't. I think there's a little bit of burnout. And in the cast's defense, I could say production or own, you're gonna have to revamp how you shoot this. You're
Mm-hmm.
wearing the people out. You're dragging this stuff out with little to no break, and you're taking a break and they coming back and it's still the same. It's just weird. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not productive. It's not connecting with the audience. Yeah, kicking it with Courtney say it's a wrap. Pretty much at this point. Pretty much.
But I think that goes back to, like you say, you got to look at the leadership. You know, leadership. The fish gonna rot from the head, and that's on Carlos. He decided to take this show into this direction, and he didn't groom his talent. He didn't cultivate an environment where it could be anything other than what it is. So now it's just like, all right, well, let's scrap, and it follows the pattern of his other stuff.
That's true. Very good point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like my app. Like I don't know. I look at it. I need it to make sense for me. You know what I mean? I need it to make sense. I need it to flow. And what we doing?
And
All
listen,
this stuff ends up the same way, and it makes me wonder if that's the part of the how to make a TV show course that he skipped, because his stuff gets to a certain point and then it all starts to fall apart. And I just wonder if during class he missed those days, because all his shows kind of get to that certain point and then it just they all go the same kind of wrong. And I think it's more about what he doesn't know, and that's why they start going this way, and not just the cast. I mean, it's the cast too, but I also think it's where he starts falling off and what he really knows how to do. And here's the thing: if you don't know how to do it, hire the people who do, but you got to be willing to pay them. And I think that's part of the problem, with regards to him. Maybe you got to buy less gym shoes and pay some of your people. I don't know.
It's
and we
given. It's given. At this point, it's kind of on the tail end. You can always tell from like I don't know. You can just tell. Have you ever in corporate America? You can tell when somebody about to quit. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
can.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if you think that we gonna stay around and watch Marcel talk to us to riddles and rhymes, then we sure know he done lost his mind, because
Mm-hmm.
that certainly is not the solution, sir. And wig, girl.
Yeah, Marcel's trying to with it trying to get prepared to take Martell place. You see how he dressing up and see how he trimming down. So he trying to be the leading man on the show. But we know that won't last long. And we don't want that man to be the leading man on the show.
But
But he
overall,
definitely can pull Tisha.
I'm gonna say this. You know how like the older women back in the day, our grandma, aunties would say, be careful of bringing them single women around your marriage and da 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 da.
Yep.
I used to always disagree with that. It didn't make no sense to me. Now it does. Now it does. When I watch the likes of a Destiny go from couple to couple, making the innuendos, the threesomes, I could have had this, I could have had that. And just the aftermath of it all, when you thought or the women thought that they were connecting with her, and as a woman, a damaged woman who has something completely different on her mind, and then when people, you never know what people know. You never know what people feel until they speak it. You see what I'm saying? Then you be like, what? And then to say, you think you confide in a friend when your husband is cheating. Yeah, I'm finna get all this information. I'm finna call a girl and figure out what the hell is going on. A, B, C, D. I asked her this, and then she come, and when the fallout happens, say you was trying to train her. No, I wouldn't. I was trying to get some fucking information because he was lying. You get what I'm saying? And you start to look at that. Now it makes sense to me when the wiser women would say, two is company, three is a crowd.
Yeah.
Three is a crowd. When you see the likes of a Destiny, they go from couple to couple. Because Destiny ain't trying to pair up with no other single women. She's attaching herself to married women. If you start peeping game.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it. That's all.
I mean, is it single women or is it single whores? Because Melody's a single woman. I feel like she's fine. Or is it just, single
No,
rogue?
they're not going to be friends no more. Like, that's unrealistic. Even that's a done deal. She can't
Yeah.
even go back there because she tore up that relationship. So
No,
can we
what
really
I'm
use Melody as an example?
no. What I'm saying is when there's single women that can respect the matrimony and be like, okay, girl, if you have time, great. And then there's, the single destructive women that are coming in with the intent to disrupt what you got going on because they don't like the happiness or they don't like the union that they see. Because a single, like I have married friends, I'm not married anymore, but I understand what their marriage looks like, and I'm not in there sowing seeds of destruction. And if we hanging out, I'm like, girl, you got to go home. You got a husband and kids. You got to go. So there's,
But Melody doesn't really plop herself
yeah.
as a third wheel between a married couple. We've yet to see that on this show. When she's done her scenes, she's done them. She's there, but she's not attaching herself to these people in the name of friendship. And when she is filming with her friends, there are other women that she's inviting in her home that they have a lot in common. You get what I'm saying? She ain't tagging along with a man and a woman that's married like
Yeah,
Destiny does.
I think I feel you. I think we're saying the same thing. I'm saying it a little less eloquently. Like there,
No,
you
I
can be.
understand what you're saying, but I mean, I hope you have. Or you said you are single.
Yeah, I am now. Yes,
Okay, and you said you have married friends, and
I
I
do.
hope you have single friends too, right?
Of course,
Yeah,
got to
there you
have
go.
fun somewhere. A different kind of fun.
Yeah, yeah. See,
But I think what's weird is that even in like Destiny being single, which is why she crosses the line, she's too much in the man's face. Like I have married friends as well, and I met both of them together. However, my connection and I'm more engaged with the woman. Like I just because there's just a boundary you don't cross.
Yeah, exactly. Because one of my good closest friends, her husband called me. I said, "Wait a minute, Tino, you called me." He said, "Yeah, her phone is broken. She wanted me to tell, that's the boundary. What your husband should not be calling me unless it's directly on behalf of you, and I'm not gonna sit up in a married man's face because that ain't my place. I am not comfortable. I just, there's just a distinction for me that you can be single and to your point, Queen, not attach yourself to a couple. I don't have to be immersed in your business. I don't have to be carrying bones from this person to that person or making sly innuendos about what might be going on.
yeah. I think it's a sad situation when somebody that ends a relationship. At this point, it becomes toxic. Yeah, you said you weren't with the man. You broke up with him. Let it go. Let it go. You didn't want him. You remember you said he wanted you to be his boyfriend. That's what she said. She said that. You wanted me to court you and be your boyfriend. And you be the girl. So I broke up with you. Okay. And he found another woman.
Mhm. It's definitely the flip flopping. On the one hand, you're really arrogant. Yeah, I left you, and on the other, you hurt me to the core. Which is it? Did I hurt you, or did you leave me? Was I not good enough for you? Were you too much for me, or what? Did I not give you what you needed in enough time? Like, which is it? It's that for me. That either you stay in where you were at, like, hey, I left you. I don't want him. I'm fine that you married someone else, but then you can't be in scene 2 and 3 crying and then playing the victim and how hurt you are. Are you? 'Cause we don't believe you.
And he was married before Sonny. And I think that's what everybody's intentionally ignoring. This ain't Destiny's first rodeo of not being chosen. This ain't
Right.
her first time of being passed over.
I
She
think it's
just got
because
a
he never
television
mentioned
camera
it.
in her face this go around to try to control the narrative.
Well, I think because
And
it was never mentioned. It wasn't brought to the forefront. She would have never had that spoken out loud if Sonny hadn't said anything. we, we might not have not really known. She would, as a master liar, lie and say, "Oh no, they were in between separations," or it never happened. I think because it wasn't on the forefront, because Sonny came on the platform that she agreed to let her come on, that she had to face all of what she agreed to.
well, I think it's easy to put two and two together when a man divorces you after you have a newborn child. Most people start asking
Hello,
questions. Is abnormal for them to be
crazy.
that doggish when the baby's 3 weeks. Typically, a woman would leave. Melody left when her child was 3 months before you just gave birth, and it's your first child. It's a miracle baby for the both of you. So it didn't take Sonny for me to start saying, "What happened with them?"
Yeah.
For me, as a woman with common sense, I didn't press the issue, but my brain was like, "What happened with them?" Okay, you know what? I'll probably never know because they don't make her tell her story. Now she's coming with this BS of I can't talk about him. You talk about what you want to talk about. You just didn't want us to know that part. So now we know that's BS because you realize if you did talk about him, you're going to have to tell the whole freaking story. And that part you weren't ready to tell. If you go
Three
back
weeks.
and really pause and think about it all. Nah, but you can throw everybody else's dirt and do everybody else's body count. Let's talk about yours. How come that's not on the show, Carlos? That's it.
3 weeks, your stitches ain't even healed up. Like, you gonna leave me and I still got these stitches in me? That's
I'm just
crazy.
saying, like he's why not put her story on the show? How come you keep attaching this woman to other people to carry her? How come you're not
Yep.
talking about her infidelities?
Yep.
How come okay, she can talk about that. How come you're not pressing her to say, listen, I can only allow these people to carry you so far. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Well, listen, we've been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. What are your final thoughts on just Destiny and just the toxic relationships that she's created, in my opinion, or just your thoughts? It don't have to be my opinion with the women on the show, whether the women know it or not. And the final destination has been Sonny and Moses, to which now we know she was very well aware that they would be coming on the show, and she gave production a green light. They actually went to her first. Nobody knew before they invited Sonny and Moses and said, "What do you think about this?" And she said, "Let's do it." What are your thoughts on that? Final thoughts. Chat, drop it in the chat. I'll start with you, Aset.
I think that we all need to pitch in $2 and give Destiny a pause hat because she didn't pause when they said, "Let's bring Sonny and Moses to make sure you stay on the show," because she didn't think about all the implications and what truths may have come out that she couldn't control. So let's just pause and I don't know, have some self awareness and back away from the toxicity if you can, and stop giving out the love that you receive. Like, you receiving bad love, and so you're giving it back out. So just, I'd give her a pause hat. I'm taking up
Not my
the
hat.
case.
You can give us some of your claws.
Well, a hat that says pause, maybe not as fly as
Give
yours.
I'm being silly. Give her an Under Armour hat.
Well, that's
Give us
it. Just
something
pause.
else.
Or something
So
that says
happy
truth or
lying.
honesty.
I think that Destiny and Martell are vampires. I think that, like in an old Dracula movie, he would come into a town, somebody would bring like a casket and some dirt and move it into a house. And at the end of the movie, he would die, but a new movie would come up and he would pop. She's moved around a lot. I think somebody drags her coffin into a new town with some dirt. She takes up lodging there and starts over again and gets new victims. I just think that she's a vampire. She feeds off of others, and that's her livelihood. I think Martell is one too, but I really think that, you know, she's like a little female vampire running around. And right now she's feeding off of Tish and Kimmy, and, you know, thank God for holy water and prayer, because Melody is free. But you know, we need some somebody needs to, you know, get some sunlight on her so she can go away. But until then, that time, she gonna feed off of Tish and Kimmy.
All right. Woo. And they let her too.
They
Do you
do.
feel like do you feel like the women are, let me ask you this. Do you feel like the women are naive, or do you feel like there's one common goal, and that's to take Melody down?
I think they're so caught up in that common goal that they are blind to the reality of what's going on, or they think that it can't that it can't happen to them. You know, there's kind of a foolish pride there, like, you know, maybe she did this to her, but she wouldn't do that to us. You know, kind of the same way they thought about Martell at one time, like he didn't treat her right, but, you know, he won't treat us that way. And I just think it's the same thing. But you're dealing with a female Martell, and she's doing the same thing to you that he did. She's making a fool out of you. So
Thank you. Excellent point. Peace, Love, and Light says the gag is Carlos King exposed that T in his interview with DJ Richie Scott and probably didn't realize he threw Dusty under a bus. He realized it. He realized it. He's an artist. He's a producer. He realized it. He just did it in a way that created like an illusion. Let me do it in this way. So therefore, oops, I didn't even realize it. He knew he did it. He sideswiped her before in the past when he became frustrated with her. He's gotten a little bit of irritation with her before, a couple of years ago. He knew what he was doing. He did it on purpose. But he did it he did it in a strategic manner. You get what I'm saying? Carlos is the type that like women to fall in line, and she may be getting beside herself. But Aunt Debbie, what are your final thoughts?
I think that Destiny know these women hate Melody, and she does too. So she got them all caught up in the hate while she's using them and doing other things too. She don't care nothing about these women. She don't care about women, period. She's only after what she can get out of them. And she has to keep them focused on Mel in order to do that. Um, Destiny don't care about nobody. Destiny is all for self and what she can get out of you. She's a parasite. And once she can't get nothing else out of you, or she bleeds you dry, she gone to the next person. That's just the way she is. She used people.
I agree. At least from the outside looking in, that's what I'm picking up. Just I can't really identify, nor have I been able to really place my finger on and say, this is what she does. This is her line of work. Not only that, I think somebody, I cannot remember who it was, showed like, I saw a snippet of on YouTube of Destiny saying, y'all know I do products. I cannot identify a particular body of work that she's done for an extended period of time that would give me a brand recognition to say, oh, that's Destiny's. So I haven't, as long as she's been on this show, I have not been able to follow her line of work, her career path, and or her body of work. There's been nothing that I feel like she's done that's substantial that no other ordinary Black woman in the local community has done or is doing. That's just my opinion. Why is it reality television worthy? I don't know, because the whole point of reality TV is dishing up your reality, and I don't think Destiny lives in a reality, a world a world of realness. And I think production has really failed the audience when it comes to her. We've been dealing with this same song and dance before Sonny pulled up. Forget Moses. I'm talking about before Sonny pulled up as her producer. The people have been saying it. The people have been saying it for quite some time. And the only reason why you made the cut this time is because Carlos saw a benefit to keep his check coming for yet another few months or another season by bringing on Sonny and Moses. And you knew that before they did, Destiny. That's the crazy part about it. And if y'all don't think that's diabolical and that's crazy, I don't empathize with that. You create your own crazy. And when you create your own crazy, I'm going to sit in the audience and spectate. I do not feel sorry for you, period. And that's all I got. But it was a hell of a conversation for a Monday night. I know it's a little bit late. Thank you, panel, for coming up and just kind of giving your take on everything. And we'll be back. We'll be back with more Love and Marriage Huntsville commentary. Listen, y'all, it's a crazy world out there. And with that being said, let me dive into my super chats really quick before I log off. I almost forgot. That's how deep in the discussion we are.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag. That's a lot of money.
Yes, indeed, it is. Rowena Booth coming in with a 10-piece super sticker. We appreciate you, Queen. Cantor coming through loud and proud, y'all, with a 5-piece. With a 5-piece, she said, I said it before and I'll say it again. Dusty is a straight up nigga. Listen, I didn't say it. Kendra said it. Samantha Elvey coming through with a 7-piece. Listen, she says, Destiny added to that insinuation, giving it more by saying she could have Mel and Martell if she wanted to. And by Martell saying her son looks like him. Listen, she did. Somebody's mama, member for 23 months. Damn, nobody moved. Nobody gets shot. Listen, oh, using ours. You know that song? I know that song. Somebody's mama been around for a while. Sabrina Williams, member for 9 months, says, Speak Queen. Yes, yes, yes. We try to on Monday nights. Party in the chat. Lizzie Willer, member for 19 months, says, Destiny is a liar, period. And listen, and failed to take accountability for that and try to put that on Mel. Lord have mercy. Let me move on. Soul Music Lover coming through with a 20-piece and a pepper. She says, Destiny is a mooch. And the truth ain't in her. The worst kind. Listen, a mooch, a live mooch, huh? Y'all, wow. Kendra coming through with a 5-piece and a pepper. She said she has no boundaries, no self-respect, no business, no career, no actual friends, no respect, and no self-awareness. Don't be a Dusty. Don't be a Dusty. She's a hater. Soul Music Star Lover coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. Mel should have checked Dusty for that slap on the ass. Y'all, wow. Hold on. Mel should have checked. Y'all are wow. Mel should have checked Dusty for that slap on the ass. She tried, Mel. I could have had you. Constance Covington coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She is just saying, hey, Constance. Thank you for staying up with us tonight on Monday Night Party in the chat. Shalik. Am I saying it right? Member for 6 months. Excellent breakdown, Queen. Pimpin' ain't easy. It ain't. It ain't. Destiny out here. Listen. Destiny out here making pimp moves. Soul Music Star Lover. 10-piece and a pepper. Okay, we got that one. We got Constance. Let me take that one off. Shay P coming through with a 10-piece and a pepper. She says, in my opinion, you're trying to get the fans to hate and cancel the show to fully isolate Mel. They couldn't get her to quit by bullying her. Couldn't get Jason, so now they're using a fan base, and they started that before they started that Jason stuff. So weird. Just a very weird flex to use a fan base as a storyline. Crazy. Okay. Okay, let's do them. To Latrice, that's my moderator, member for 19 months, says, Queen, what do you think about CK's statement to DJ Richie Scott that a content creator said no matter what CKs will pay them, they will not review? Who was he talking about? Who was he talking about? Because you got plenty of content creators that review the show. So he must have been referring to one in particular. And in order for you to know that I would assume that you had I would assume that Carlos may have had a private conversation with a particular content creator that he wanted to review the show. You want to give me a little bit more background to? Let me see. Oh. Oh, he did not say their name. Boom. There you go. And it sounds like maybe he recruited or he wanted a particular person to review the show. Let's see. Process of elimination. Funky Dineva. That's the only person I could think of. I don't know if it's true, but who would he want to review the show that has not done any Love and Marriage Huntsville commentary? We've seen DJ Richie Sky do it. We've seen Kempire do it. We've seen all of us do it. We've seen Sherelle's World do it. I mean, I'm just saying, pick one. Who has not done it? Who would be a home run for Carlos King? I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. Good question, too. I think y'all figured it out. I think you got it. So, with that being said, thank you, everybody. Good night. I am going to bed. I'm going to bed. I will see y'all tomorrow morning. God bless you all. Sweet dreams. Good night.
Good night.